a very formidable array of enemies, both external and within. And we are going to overcome each and every one of these obstacles. That I can assure you, that they may know that the God we worship is an invisible God, not a God that was wrought by the hands of men. For we do not worship idol, and we can never ever worship idol. Is impossible. This very family, this IPOB, belongs to the Most High. And that is how it's going to be until Biafra comes and beyond to eternity. This evening, I want to place it on record that our enemies are intensifying their attack against us from every corner. I am not saying this as lamentation or complaint. I am only trying to prepare our people for what is to come. You are being prepared for what is to come. The time has come to separate the chaff from the wheat itself. Our march is very, very near. The enemies are trembling, they are quaking, they are doing all they can to try to stop us. But they have failed very woefully, and they will continue to fail. But I want to tell you that we are getting attacks from everywhere all over the world. And very soon, they will buy over some of you. They will buy some of you over. The spirit of Oba, Biasika, and Ifajuna are still in some of you. When the time comes, they will buy you over. I am not doing this program tonight to ask all of you to be strong. I am doing it to remind you, not that if they succeed in buying you over, you're not going to stop what we're doing. You can't. You cannot. Not in a trillion years. But I need you to appreciate one very simple fact. That at the end of this very race, everybody will testify that indeed Chukwukika, the same God of Israel, of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the same God of Ehiri in Aguleri, the same God of Umweri, the same God of Ora-Eri, the same God of Owe-Eri, the same God of Arochukwu, not to be nobody, the true God, one true God. You will know that indeed, not only is he omnipotent, that same God is the owner of this very agitation. No human being can stop it. We have enemies, and we need to be very, very careful, both within and without. Very, very careful. The next 2 weeks will be very pivotal. Next 2 weeks will be very, very important in the life, or should I say, in this very mission that we have embarked upon. The devil will do everything. And you are going to watch spectacularly how we are going to destroy and shame the enemy. That at the end, every glory and adoration will belong to God and not to man. Now let us go and tell you what is happening that some of you do not understand. I want those of you who are hardcore, those who were chosen before you were born. There were some people who were chosen before they were born to agitate for Biafra restoration. This is a message for you. Those who from their mother's womb they were born to do this very work. You must be very, very strong. Because Biafra will open the eyes of black people all over the world. Because Biafra will mean that blacks from America, blacks from the Caribbean, from Southern America, they will all flood into Africa. It will be like the time that Yeshua was born. Biafra is like a light, a beacon. They will follow it. They will say, let us go and see what is happening there. That is what these no-colonialists do not want. They don't want Biafra to come. I am telling our people so they understand. The mountains, I didn't say one mountain, the mountains in front of us that we need to overcome. And for us to overcome it, we need to be very strong mentally, mental strength. Just like when you're doing anything in life, and it appears as if you are being buffeted from everywhere. That is the time that you no longer rely on willpower or your muscles. You go to your brain to endure and to persevere and to keep going until you overcome. That is the stage we are in right now. To make sure that our brain is in gear to confront everything the Janjaweed has to throw at us. We don't have money. Their budget is over $20 billion to fight us. They can bribe Facebook. They can buy them off. They can do anything they like. They can come to some of you and bribe you off. They can promise you what you've never had before. They can give you maybe a house in Dubai. They can promise you a vehicle. They can tell you, oh, we'll make you vice president. They can promise you anything to make sure that you're like them. But this very IPOB, this very hardcore is not going to move. And I will tell you why we can't move. You must go and listen to Simon Ekpa, who is doing a very fantastic job. Very great job that Simon Ekpa is doing. Very, very, absolutely fantastic job that he's doing. You must listen to him and share his videos accordingly. Very, very important. He is bringing a new dimension to this very awareness that we are making, and you must listen to him. Very, very important.
IPOB, one family. Biafrans all over the world. If we want safety and security for our people, then let's continue to support Eastern Security Network. All donations are welcome. No contribution is too small or too large. Do your part, knowing that freedom is in our hands, and together we must all rise to the occasion. Go to our website to make your contribution, www.ipobinUSA.org/donate. And remember that freedom is not free, but together we restore it, farm by farm, forest by forest, house by house, and street by street.
Because what I am saying on Abumanyamini, our people are lame. They are weak. I am struggling to count how many men there are in Biafra land. There are no more men left. Weak, docile, and imbecilic. Weak. I don't know how we can take such people to war. I don't know how we can take men who are not men into battle and win. I am ashamed. Very, very ashamed. Nonetheless, we must preach this very gospel because man did not ask us to come. Chukwu Abiyama in heaven mandated that we should come. If not, that I was called to do this very work, I will not speak to any of you anymore. But Chukwu Abiyama said this very gospel must be preached, and we must preach it. I have prayed since yesterday up until now. My request is very simple. The same prayer I made in secret, I will make out here in the open. Chukwu Abiyama biko, since it is your intention that your kingdom will be restored upon this very earth, I need men. I need men. I did not say boys. I said I need men. Those of them that you created to restore your kingdom, they should come forward now, not tomorrow, not next year. Chukwu Abiyama. You must bring them now. I did not say tomorrow. Because the insult is too much. It is beyond what any human being can endure. We want to go and get Biafra, or we die in the process, because we are better off dead than witness some of this nonsense going on. The level of insult is beyond what any decent human being can tolerate. I was an Achinama. They bring their cattle into our land. They desecrate our land. They kill us in the presence of our families, and nobody does anything about it. And when the police attend, the police sit idly by as people are being killed by not a multitude of people. Only 4. Only 4 Awasa people can sack an entire village in Biafra land, and we call ourselves men. No, we are not men. Until we redeem our honor. Until we look at integrity and say we must have a part of it. Until then, to be honest with you. This is Radio Biafra. Now is the time to come forward. I did not say tomorrow. Now, tonight, is the time to come forward. 100 of us, and then we march. 100 and we march. The rest can come later if they want to. I am tired of broadcasting. I want to fight for my country. I want to carry arms to defend the honor and integrity of my country. I want to avenge the death of 6 million people. I want Biafra to stand as a beacon of hope, freedom, and liberty in black world. I want Biafra to stand as a testament to the glory of heaven upon the face of this very earth. I want Biafra to stand because my obligation to the dead outweigh that which I owe to the living. That is why Biafra will stand, and Biafra will come. 100 men, that's all. And we march. The rest can come later on. I no longer give a damn. The disgrace and the insult is too much. We must go and meet our enemies even if we have only machete and hoes. It is far more better for us to go and meet them and die with a semblance of dignity than with this very humiliation which we encounter every blessed day. We must assemble as quickly as possible.
Hi, what causes in a woman a kuruta? Ebu belly guamo billion. What Japan to many pilotimo? What is sabini guamo billion? Kulio bilio, Chukoki kabiama. Borona nyaga, Kulio bilio, Chukoki kabiama. Borona nyaga. Kuleo bilisienu Chukoki kabiama Pusiere na nyaga Kuleo bilienu Chukoki kabiama Pusiere na nyaga. Maximum respect to my own diluted leader Prophet Mazin Nandekano. You kept quiet, America kept quiet. You ain't kept quiet, the whole world kept quiet. You kept quiet, America kept quiet. You ain't kept quiet, the whole world kept quiet. You kept quiet, America kept quiet. You ain't kept quiet, the whole world kept quiet. You kept quiet, America kept quiet. You kept quiet, the whole world kept quiet. They came from Sahel, they came from Chad, they came from Niger, Senegal and Mali, claiming our land, killing our people because of our blessings. My God, go to the bushes now, they're everywhere. Kidnapping and killing people every day. Raping and killing our women and men. Slaughtering them in their family. Hey God, kidnapping and killing Christians night and day. And nobody they talk. Chimo, dividing and ruling we anyhow. As if you're not human being, my God. Abducting and killing Biafrans every day. And the whole world to watch, the whole world to see. Kuleo, Chukoki kabiama. Kuleo, Chukoki kabiama. Corona nyaga. What causes in the problem and Kuruta? Ebu belly mama, billion. But you're about to make a pilotimo. What is happening for billion? Kuleo, Chukoki kabiama. They splitted us just in the killers. They rape our papa, they rape our mama. He go do me, we are one. He shone bank, we are one people. The robo is so cold, we are one. He's on security, we are one people. Ogoni Calabari, we are one. Calabari and Igbo, we are one. He go do me, we are one. just the killers. They rape our papa, they rape our mama, they rape our wives, they rape our girls, they rape our sisters, raping even our children, raping their car with the concealer to women with the top and they die. Small, small, small. Oh man, wake up now and fight for your freedom. Wake up, your foundation. Wake up now and fight for your freedom.
The spirit of Biafra, who led freedom the canon, Kedi for melon. I chibon one nanyasi, Kedi for melon. One chire one Kedi for melon. Onyendu nebe anyanachi, Kedi for melon. Kanyi cheta nakaya diocha, Kedi for melon. Aiji bon wananyasi, Kedi for melon. Wane chire wane Kedi for melani. Onyendu nebe anyanachi, Kedi for melon. Kanyi cheta nakaya diocha. All the things to do, because think of what he told us. Now we should have ability to reason. They started to create division among us. Hey, take our resources and left us fighting. I'm more your friend than you are. I'm old member than you are. Your friends be coach Chitapa. Abaipa Furunevika. I'm more your friends than you are. I'm old member than you are. Your friends be coach Chitapa. Abaipa Furunevika. Get it for me. I chibon one nanyasi. Get it for me. One chire one Kedi for melon. Onyendu nebe anyanachi, Kedi for melon. Kanyi cheta nakaya diocha, Kedi for melon. Aichi bon wananyasi, Kedi for melon. One chire one Kedi for melani. Onyendu nebe anyanachi, Kedi for melon. Kanyi cheta nakaya diocha. Ofonogu koji eteje. Arune meno bodo koji eti ututu nanyasi. Afufu nata akwa makobi wane. Arire bonu mo Biafra kuyenu. Ode chinjiji. Akodo kwanye kaji. Anye nosi chichichi. Kanyi kulie no my people. Kedi for melon. Aiji bon wananyasi. Kedi for melon. Wane chire wane Kedi for melon. Onyendu nebe anyanachi. Kedi for melon. Kanyi cheta nakaya diocha. Kedi for melon. Aiji bon wananyasi. Kedi for melon. Wane chire wane Kedi for melani. Onyendu nebe anyanachi. Kedi for melon. Kanyi cheta nakaya diocha. Only ask for freedom of indigenous people. They want to kill you. Chugwa kikebiko do. They want to kill you. Osemelanu I Kedi for melon. Aichi bon wananyasi. Kedi for melon. Wane jire wane ya kedi fomelo onye ndu nebe anya na-achị kedi fomelo ka anyị cheta n'aka ya dị ọcha kedi fomelo anyị ji kpọọ n'anya si kedi fomelo nwanne jire nwanne ya kedi fomelo anyị onye ndu nebe anya na-achị kedi fomelo.
Thank you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. This is Gaddafi of Biafra Television. We are here to do what we used to do and what we know how to do and what we are called to do. We are here once again. As you can see, it is the time. We want to tell you about the time. In the history of life, there was a time of Adam and Eve. There was a time of Noah. There come a time of Moses. There also come a time of Christ. These are times that existed in the history of man. Now, when we come into the history of our struggle, there is a time. And this time is what we want to discuss about. In anything in life, there is a time. Even Bible said there is time and season. And the wise understand the time. The wise men study the time and the season. That is why you can see we have some seasons depending on your time zone. We have winter, we have summer, like our own side.
We have Hamatan. We have rainy season. So, and I want to let the Biafran people know about the time and the time we are today. Right here in the studio, before we proceed, we are broadcasting live on Gaddafi of Biafra TV channel. We are also broadcasting live Biafra Freedom Voice TV. We are broadcasting live Choose Survivor platform, Choose Survivor TV. We are also broadcasting from Biafra Sunny TV. I want you to share this program. Keep on sharing it, because every point, every part of this program is very, very important. So I'll be glad for you to share this program. I'll be glad for you to invite your friends. We are also broadcasting live on Twitter Space, on Twitter now. Gaddafi of Biafra TV in Twitter. We are also broadcasting live at Facebook. So my brothers, I want you to share and join us. Join what we are doing. Join to study and to learn. The time we are in is all about the time. Like I've just said, I want you to share this link, post it everywhere, because the generals are in the studio. Right here with me, you can see Mazi Choose Survivor. He is the general in this field of life. He has been existing. He has been doing great jobs, great wonders. He has been a man, consistency has been his middle name. Choose Survivor is a man that has been doing what he knows how to do, even during the time our leader was there. I believe so. If I'm not mistaken. So absolutely, he has been and will ever be, not come today. Even the Bible you guys read said, you are neither hot nor cold. We will spoil you out of his mouth. And this guy, Choose Survivor, has been hot from beginning. Is even more hotter as it is today. So Mazi Choose Survivor, please greet the Biafran people and welcome them and let them share this program. Distribute it all your channel. Distribute it. Let them do what they need to do. Our own is to teach them. Their own is to distribute. This is division of labor. So Mazi Choose Survivor, I give you the mic to introduce yourself. Now, what more can you say? But to greet the Biafran people. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother Gaddafi. I appreciate you so much for bringing me to the program. Thank you very much for all that you have said in the introduction. I appreciate you so much, and I say may Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to increase you, inspire you, and give you more strength to fight on. My fellow Biafran that is watching, and also my beloved brother Akbarawa Sonny, I thank you so much, my beloved brother Sonny, for all your work you've been doing. Good to be with you on the stage today, and we have to do what we have signed to be doing. The responsibility that we have taken to do for ourselves, not for anybody. We are doing it for ourselves, for our generation unborn. For those who think they are doing it for someone else, they always fall away by the side. But once you know that you are doing this job for yourself, it is your own personal responsibility, something that you're doing for yourself. You are doing it for no man. That is why you see us coming on a daily basis, more especially my brother Sonny. Every minute of the day, when the call is made, even when others are not there, he's always there. I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to increase his strength. My beloved Biafrans that are watching on the background, those who are in the comment section, those who have joined, and the people that will join later, and those who will watch later, I appreciate every one of you who has been able to be standing strong up to this minute, even in the most difficult time, with all the wave that is blowing, with all the earthquake, with all the hurricane, you are still standing ground. Questions like those who have failed. So many who are asking questions and say, who am I to follow? Who is on the right side and who is on the wrong side? You are not part of those. For you to be standing firm at this minute, more especially from the minute I was Supreme Leader Mazen Nandekano was taken away from our midst up to this day, and you are standing firm, autopiloted under our new Prime Minister Mazen Samanepa. You have every reason to stand strong and thank Chukwu Okagawa for making you to stay up to this minute. You must have to applaud yourself, no matter what. Forget about what people say. Don't wait for anybody to applaud you. Applaud yourself. Applaud yourself. You have done a great job. And we will continue to do so. As long as we have signed up for this very assignment, which is an assignment that belongs to each and every one of us. There is no particular person that it is his own personal property. No, this is a responsibility for us. That is why every one of us have to do what we are doing. When you are fighting for your freedom, you are not doing it for our new Prime Minister of Biafra Republic government in exile, Mazi Simon Ekpa. You are not doing it for our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Neither are you doing it for any member of the autopilot media. You are not doing it for anybody. You are doing it for your own self, for your children and your generation unborn. That is why whatever you know you will do to make sure that things get working, continue to do it. Don't be distracted. I appreciate you, and I pray that Chukwu Okagawa will continue to give us strength to stand firm. We will continue to stand, and we'll continue to stand until when we get into Biafra, and we proceed from there. Thank you so much, my beloved brother. I appreciate you for the introduction and bringing me into the program. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. You know, we are and we will and will remain and we must and we will always to serve our people. Here in the studio is one of the general, though he don't want us to see his bare head. That's why he used his camera to cut his bare head. The Ojuku of our time. Sonny, please keep that your camera. May they see you very well because your head is cut. So we have a this is the man, Wonder Man. you know, I used to manufacture English. I have one of my friends that are too dear to my heart. So whenever I want to speak to, I want to tell her something, I always said, very much many, very much many, very much many is my own grammar that I manufactured. So like what I'm saying, this is a man who never weaver, who was among the people that begin this ship. From then till today, he is still selling the ship. So he is here right with me in the studio. He's also a giant. He's also a lion in this field we have chosen to serve our people. Master Sonny, please kindly introduce yourself. They already know you, but it has the procedure and the protocol being duly observed. Please, can you talk to Biafran people and welcome them, and also advise them to share this program because it is very, very important. Thank you. You got the mic.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good afternoon to those of you who are in afternoon area, and those of you who are in the morning area, and those of you who are in the evening, and those in the night, and even in the midnight, especially to Biafrans back home. We salute you all for your courage and your synergy and your consistency and whatever you're doing that has kept us this far and pushing and making the whole world to know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is behind bars. I want to appreciate our leader and then appreciate our interim leader, the spokesperson of Biafra, the Prime Minister of this time, Mazi Simon Ekpa, and his entire cabinet members of the Biafran government in exile. Also the Umuada team headed by Egbeje Njogu, one of Biafra land, Madam Azuka, and the gallant men of ESN and the Biafran Liberation Army and every armed groups that are fighting and ready to push one Nigeria to the floor, smash them, quash them, destroy them to make sure Biafrans breathe and survive. We salute you all from all angles. We are here today again to make sure the awareness continues and for the voice of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to continue to be heard. So, I thank you all for joining us. Mazi Gaddafi, I think I just saw a message from our Prime Minister that is live. So,
Hey.
So maybe
You have to
you
shut down.
no, you don't shut down. You just bring him to the screen. You can share his screen. We continue watching. Then, when it's done, then we continue. Or if your PC cannot allow you to share the screen, I can share the screen from here. You
Please
just
do that.
pick it up on the screen.
Do that.
Can I share the screen from here?
Sure. Go ahead.
Okay, let me see. So when I share the screen, you just pick it up. You will accept it just like another guest is coming into the studio.
Okay.
I'm going to share it now. So when it's done, we can always continue because we are in line. So Biafrans, thank you for joining. I think the message of the Prime Minister will be a question and answer session, which you just have to follow up. Thereafter, we will continue with whatever we have to do. Remember that tomorrow is ESN. Is it tomorrow? No, next tomorrow, Saturday. Saturday is ESN fundraising, and we expect all of you to be part and parcel of it. So, Mazi Gaddafi, I have sent the screen, so accept it to the screen. All right, minus me on the screen, and then use the, is it the second option or the third? The third option of the screen display to the right. Use the second one or this. The first option to the right of the screen display.
Okay.
The first option to the right. No, to the right. The first one. Remove it from full screen. Remove Dragon from full screen.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, it is better we do like this because of YouTube. Like this is okay. Because YouTube are really good these days. So it's okay like this. So let's give the volume while we.
Assalamu alaikum. What is Nnamdi Kanu still doing in the DSF's custody? An order has been given from the court to the government that Nnamdi Kanu should be returned back to Kenya and he should be compensated with a sum of 500 million naira, but he is still in their custody. Why? Why? Has Nigeria gotten to a level that we don't have laws any longer? We don't abide by the rules and regulations given to us? If we are to break these rules, oh, what a pity to us. But now, it's for the government to do what is right, but they are not. Instead, discrimination, tribalism, ethnicity has become the order of the day for them. And I don't know what they are putting in the minds of the Southeast and the Northerners. Because we the northerners are the ones being affected. Why? Because the people ruling us are from the north. I blame them. See, there is no way I will blame the southeast if they think of having their own nation, with the way things are going, with the way our governments are taking things in on serious. Let me say it that way. If you are making us look, I never for once loved the southeast. The only thing I had for them then was hatred, but I came to realize that this is not how it's supposed to be. Then let the government do what is right. If an order has been given, a order is an order. Let's abide, let's go by that order. Not bringing in discrimination, bringing about tribalism into our mind. Oh, come on. That is not what we are out for. And that is why we will keep fighting till what we are looking for is achieved. Please, this man should be returned back to Kenya, because he was kidnapped to this place. If I was being kidnapped, I would not be happy about it too. Let me be realistic and let me be sincere about it. Please, my viewers, share this video. Let it go viral so that all citizens, all masses of this country will see it, because Nigeria is no longer a lawful state or a lawful country any longer. We have rules and regulations. Let's go by that. Let's abide by it. An order is an order, like I said. And we, the northerners, we want to be our brother's keeper. We don't want the southeast to see us as if we are the enemies. We don't want to be their enemy, and we don't want them to be our enemy also. So let the government do what is appropriate. Please and please share this video so it go viral.
And I said I cannot see anything around me. Do not fret for me. He said the time hasn't come. When the time comes, I will send people to you, and the whole world will shake. In the end, mankind will bow. You will go to this war with nothing, but I will prove to you that I'm God. After this, Biafra will worship God forever and ever. I prayed to God Almighty in heaven. I was in Jerusalem. And I said I cannot see anything around me. Do not fret for me. He said the time hasn't come. When the time comes, I will send people to you, and the whole world will shake. In the end, mankind will bow. You will go to this war with nothing, but I will prove to you that I'm God. After this, Biafra will worship God forever and ever. I prayed to God Almighty in heaven. I was in Jerusalem. And I said I cannot see anything around me. Do not fret for me. He said the time hasn't come. When the time comes, I will send people to you, and the whole world will shake. In the end, mankind will bow. You will go to this war with nothing, but I will prove to you that I'm God. After this, Biafra will worship God forever and ever.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to the program. Again, this is the third broadcast we are making today. We've had the first question and answer, second question and answer, and this is the third question and answer we're having today. And because, sometimes we have to do this. So today is some kind of, special and exceptional day that this is happening. So, we are not going to waste time. First of all, we are going to address the Southeast governors as we prepare Biafra people for 2 weeks lockdown. I want to explain this. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been incarcerated and he is now being detained illegally. And we have waited and waited and waited for many months. We don't know the whereabouts of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The Nigeria court discharged him. They claim they want to have a political solution. The Saudi president say whatever court say goes. The court in Nigeria has discharged Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And we continue to wonder what is he still doing in the DSS dungeon. And every day we get a report of a deteriorating health condition. And for that reason, there has not been any tangible explanation, any tangible reason why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still in DSS dungeon. Nobody has presented him to any court, to any judge. All we are seeing is everybody is mute. And it's as if this whole thing is happening, that they are manipulating in the spirit that everybody should just watch and see Mazi Nnamdi Kanu die in DSS dungeon. That can never happen. And we have given them enough time. There is no reason whatsoever that they have not presented Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to court as they claim, because they know no court in Nigeria will sentence him because he committed no crime for fighting for freedom of his people. And what they are doing now is to continue to incarcerate him, thereby subject him to mental torture, physical torture, and all manner of degrading treatment against international law. The United Nations Committee on Arbitrary Detention has issued ultimatum to Nigeria, 6 months ultimatum, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be released and compensated. This ultimatum has been violated by Nigeria government with impunity. And since the last court, there is nothing to show that Nigeria government is willing or ready to present somebody that court actually have discharged to the next court. And this is raising a very serious concern to the Biafra government in exile. And for that reason, we are now taking a very drastic measures. I want Biafra people to understand that what we are going to do is to use one stone to kill two birds. Biafra people must be ready for 2 weeks lockdown. We are going to announce the date. The 2 weeks lockdown will start in May. Pay attention to the days that this particular lockdown will start and the days it is going to, and the day it is going to end. Our target is to use this civil disobedience as part of fighting and suffering with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu while he is in dungeon, has been detained for 2 years. Every Biafran that is really believing in freedom and believing that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has exposed a lot of things that will facilitate the freedom of Biafra and your own freedom, you must be part of this particular lockdown. We are going to give you enough time to stockpile foods for your family. And measures will be put in place, as the case may be, from the government side, to see that this 2-week sit at home is observed in the entire territory of Biafra, in demand for the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu after the court in Nigeria and the UN and other organizations have demanded for his release. Yet, the tyrannic government and the terrorist government in Nigeria continue to free Boko Haram members, and they continue to abduct, kidnap, and kill Biafrans. I want people to understand that the sit at home is not only for the demand for release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but that's exactly what we are going to do. We use the sit at home to demand his release, and at the same time, demand for Biafra referendum. As we are approaching the 29th May, Biafra people must get ready for 2 weeks sit at home to demand the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and to demand for Biafra referendum. We understand that certain nationalities, indigenous nationalities in Nigeria, they are in ECOWAS court, demanding for the ECOWAS court to order Nigeria to organize referendum to different indigenous nationalities that want to exit Nigeria. And this evening, I want to address the Southeast governors, especially Dave Umahi. And I want everybody to pay attention as we address them.
I also...
Mazi Gaddafi, I think that is a replay. I think that is a replay of yesterday or day before yesterday broadcast. He's doing a replay, so we can continue. Can you hear me?
Oh, it's not a live program.
It's a replay broadcast.
Okay.
Because we streamed it yesterday, we listened to that point, so we've been able to know it's a replay. So you can continue with your live program. Can you hear me?
Gaddafi, where are you? Are you there?
I can hear you.
Okay.
So we proceed. Thank you, Biafran people. This is not live program. I mean, our Prime Minister was not live. It is a replay program. So we fire on. Like we are saying. We're having the mic. Hello, Master Sonny. Should I proceed? Okay. Yeah, Biafran people, sorry for whatever. We are still doing the same thing. We are still doing the same thing. For some of you that think our Prime Minister is live, he is not currently live. It is a replay program. And we proceed. Now, in the history of every man, every nation, every generation, there is what the time, studying the time and mastering the time and knowing the time. And when you know the time, you will be able to know the right thing to do. So when you study the time, you'll be able to know the right thing to do because you study the time. So in this program, the title is called The Time. Like I said before, during the time of Noah, we started from the time of creation, Adam and Eve. There was a time. Then it came to the time of Noah. An event took place. The time changes to the time of Moses. The time changes to the time of Christ. Now, when you come to the history of our struggle, the history of our independence, the history of Biafra, there is times and seasons. Now, like I said before, the wise men study the time. The wise ones read the time and the season. There is time and seasons. First and foremost, in our struggle, there was a time our internal leader, Dim Chukwemeka Odemegbojuku, the general, started it, and they passed it to the time of Owazurike, then the area of Masob, and they did what they did, and they end the way they end. And that was a process. Then the battle was passed over to our leader, Mazinandi Kano. At a point of time, remember, from Ojuku to Wazurike, from Wazurike to Mazinandi Kano, the time. From Mazinandi Kano to Mazin Simon Eba, there is another phase. And these are phases in this our struggle. And the more the power changes, the more we get closer to what we are looking for. It was a journey. And this journey, it is journey for consistency, a journey of a sincere man, sincere heart, a journey that it doesn't. And when we time, this is the time. If you study the way they started, the way they end, you will see even the Nigerian media said more organized way, more sophisticated. It's no longer the time that they do address IPOB as miscreants. This is a settings of a nation. Let me tell you, before you own a house, before you build a house, you got to sit down and plan. And when you set up your plans, everything you do, you put them in place, then you kick off. Now, this time of Simon Egba is the time. You can see there is a sentence that has never been. There could be something that look like it, but they were never sophisticated as it is today. They were never articulated and accurate as a stand. You can see the cabinet of Master Simon. You can see the time we are in. It is a time of people who really know what they want. No wonder the Bible says, they that know their God will stand and do exploits. Now, there is time and season. If you read in the book of Solomon, Sons of Solomon, he talks about this time. Secular word in the like this, we call it time programming. When everything you do is being programmed. And you can see the struggle we are into today, the timing, the programming, the way it is being structured, you will know that this is the time. So, Mazi, from the top there, Mazi Sonny Akwarawa. What can you tell the Biafran people? What do you understand about this timing and the time we are in today in our struggle? From what the people that have been before us, what they've been doing, and you see how they started, you know the history. And this is the time we are today, the time. So, Mazi Sonny, what can you tell the Biafran people concerning the time we are now? Please, you have the mic.
Thank you, Mazi Gaddafi. But don't put me totally on the screen like this, so that I will be seeing you guys. Minimize me a bit, just like the way you were when you were speaking. Okay, connecting the time, the season, and the hour, and the minute to what has happened before our existence today and how we key into the history. It is very important. When the colonization agenda was at its peak, to spark up and then to annihilate everybody in the Southern Protectorate of one Nigeria, that was when the gallant men of the Southern Protectorate that were serving in the army of one Nigeria stood up and saw everything and said, no, enough is enough. They cannot allow everyone to be cut to pieces while we are still alive and while we are part and parcel of this army. Mind you, they were the top officials, the most educated of them all. When Ahmadu Bello said that he has come to see that it is the Southerners that are all in positions of authority, he misquoted it. He did not explain that there are people who were nomadic and they never wanted to go to school, just like today that you see them that they don't want to go to school. They prefer to live the nomadic lifestyle, to do things that does not rhyme with the civilization of the day. They always had wanted to be backward in nature, and they were satisfied with their backwardness and the way they are. That's why we will tell you today that the North have no problem. They lack nothing because they are comfortable with their situations. And you can see in Lord Lugard's amalgamation document, that was also stated. They were okay with the way they are. They don't want you to drag them into anything westernization or anything new. So they were comfortable with that. So with the mindset of the colonization agenda, which necessitated the January 1566 coup, this brought many other things to the table. As you can follow the history and the story to understand everything. So why was Biafra Republic proclaimed and declared, which is the same thing that is happening today? It was the massacre, the genocide, the raping of women and children, the destruction of lives and property, the kidnapping, the corruption, the maiming, the non-inclusiveness of everybody in the system, while only the top leaders were the ones enjoying. This is what led to the declaration and the proclamation of Biafra Republic, which Ojukwu did. And if you check the history, trying to write itself again, it is not different from what necessitated that to happen that is also necessitating us today to do what we are doing. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not just sit back, relax himself, and then saw that everything was okay in Nigeria. Then he started talking about Biafra. No, everything was not okay. It was a repetition of what had happened before that was about to come to happen again. That Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, no, we have to start the awareness, the education, and to put our people to get knowledgeable about what had happened and what is to come and what may likely come, so that we will look for that black goat in the daytime instead of going to look for it at night, and we wouldn't find it. So, when our eternal leader tried everything that he could, he started by trying to make the peace. The peace did not work. They went to Aburi. Now, going to Aburi now, I am going to connect going to Aburi to the restructuring that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu called for. When we said the time is now, it is time. Ojukwu tried with Aburi, did not work. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu tried with restructuring, it did not work. Ojukwu tried to reunify Nigeria. Ironsi came in and then tried again, and then the reunification took its head. Now, Peter Obi has come to try to reunify Nigeria, and then at the expense of trying, you can see how Biafrans have been massacred. You can see how their livelihood have been burnt and destroyed. You can see how everything is going haphazard. You can see how every Biafran that have been living in every part of what Nigeria is no more comfortable again because of the reunification degree, which Ironsi did, and his head went for it. And Peter Obi also came to do the same. And then the head of Biafrans and every Nigerian that followed him is what went for it. So you can see the time and the connectivity and the differences. The disparities are not too much. So for you not to allow what has happened before to happen, that is why Biafra must emerge. I will speak again because we've just started. Mazi Gaddafi, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mazi Sonny. Thank you. You really touch most of the angle. You know, from the genesis, from the onset, you started from the onset to let the Biafran people know the time we are today. And when we talk about the time, we are not talking about the time of gossip. We are not talking about the time of saga. We are not talking about the time of fighting against one another. It's not talking about the time of envy, jealousy. Not the time that to say, it must be me. Actualize the Biafran struggle. That is what we are talking about. The time. Sorry. Yeah. So when we are talking about the time, we are talking about the time. Please, the person that just come in, mute yourself. Okay. When we talk about the time, we talk about the time we are in. If you look back from how we started and where we are today, what do you expect? What do you understand about the time and this season? Is it, let me use my miscreantism. Miscreantism. When the Zoo government called the people miscreants, we have gone far. We are past those periods. This is the time. The time you see the government has gotten a shape. Each person that comes to the stage comes with a new vision, with a different vision, with a way of operation, with a different way. And you can see the time we are today is one of the best times. If you look back to where we are today, you will see that this is the time. So Mazi, choose survivor, the general in the kingdom. And when we talk about the time, you are a man that understands. The Bible said the children of Issachar, that the children that understand by the book. So we are talking about the time we are, this period. Like I make references from the time of Adam to the time of Noah to the time of Moses down to the time of Christ. You see, they were events. And now we come to our struggle. You will see the time of Dim, the general himself, Ojukwu himself, passed to Wazirike passed our leader Mazina Dekano, and today Simon Ekpa is at the helm of affairs as it stands now. And these are the time and the seasons. So Mazi, choose survivor. What will you say to Biafran people? What will you educate them about the time so that they will know how to manage it? Because when you know about your time and your season, you'll be able to know how to manage it. So you have the mic, Mazi, choose survivor.
Thank you, my brother Gaddafi. Please, can you reduce the screen so that all the speakers will be on the studio, if possible?
Okay.
Yeah. So, my fellow Biafrans, I appreciate every one of you once again, and I thank my beloved brother Mazi Gaddafi. You see, on this very topic that we are discussing, it is coming at the very right time. It's just part of the timing we are talking about. The message is coming at the right time. When we talk about timing, it's a very important topic. And this is the time for us to discuss it.
Thank you. Thank you.
We must have to understand timing. It is very important. Those of us that are Christians, we know what the Bible says about time, that there is time for everything. A time for peace, a time for war, a time to be happy, a time to be angry, a time to laugh, a time to cry. The Bible describes it very much for those of us who are Christians. And there's a place where in the Bible also where the Bible praises those that know the value of time. And you see, that is one area I appreciate very well, that the Biafran people, we are so lucky to be blessed with leaders that knows the right time. Every single leader that Chukwu Okikabema have given us in this struggle from the onset, they know the value of time. Ranging from my eternal leader, Dim Odemegwu Ojukwu. When the time was right, Biafra was mentioned to secure the people.
Mm-hmm.
We continue to proceed. When the time was right, after our eternal leader have done his own part, played his own role to an extent, and he decided to relax it. He didn't give up on the fight. For some people who will be preaching false message and say that Dim Odemegwu Ojukwu gave up the fight, he never gave up the fight until the last day he left. Most of us have seen a place where he went on occasion where he said that I will fight again if that information is still in the public when he came back from exile. Some people think he just gave up. He didn't give up. Even though he went into the politics for a reason. They did what they did. Even when he came to Lagos State in one of the programs, he also said, let my people go. I want to make that thing clear that some people who thought that our eternal leader left the struggle, he never hands off the struggle. But when he cooled it down, a time came when Wazirike came on board. That is why I tell people, for every single thing you do on this very struggle, you will be recorded. But the question is, are you going to be recorded on the positive side of the history or on the negative side of the history? Every single one of us will remember. As I'm speaking here, my beloved brother Mazi Gaddafi is speaking here. Sonny Akparawa is here speaking. Every single one of us will be recorded on the history of Biafra. But the question is, are you going to be recorded on the positive side or on the negative side? Back to the question. Owanzuke came in. When it was his own time, he came in. He played his own role. We will always remember him. But the question is, how did he end up? A time came when he could not be able to handle the pressure. And he stepped aside. He stepped aside. And from that time, another time matured that our supreme leader, Mazen Nandekano, came on board. There was nothing that could stop him. Nothing can stop him because it was his time. He was working with the time. He came at the right time. And with that timing, it was a time to propagate the message of Biafra again and create awakening because Biafra was slipping up from the eyes of the people. Our supreme leader, Mazen Nandekano, came out when it was the time for the evangelism again. A time for agitation. During the time of agitation, our eternal leader came on. It was for more than a decade. He was broadcasting. Starting from a room. Unbelievable, with all manner of attacks from right, left, and center, including attack from his own family, from his own friend, from his own colleagues, from his fellow Biafrans. But it was a time for evangelism. Because Mazen Nandekano knew the time that we are in, he didn't look back. He continued to move forward to preach that gospel. Right. He continued to preach that gospel. He never looked back. With all the attack, blackmail, and propaganda, he was focused. That was the time of evangelism. And I can tell you, there are so many comrades who joined him at that very point in time. That was the time of evangelism. So many of them did well. But do you know where they're getting it wrong? Some of them don't know the calculation of time. As we are proceeding, Mazen Nandekano was working with the time. And when the time was right, Mazen Nandekano, that's why I call him not just our supreme leader, he's also a spiritual leader. He knew that time was about to change. Mazen Nandekano knew very well that time was about to change. That was why, when he saw the game changer coming, he saw the time changing, he announced it. He wasn't scared of it. Some people saw the changing of the time and they were scared. Some were jealous. But Mazen Nandekano saw the changing of time coming. He embraced it and he himself announced it. Mazen Nandekano announced the change of time that is coming before the whole world. He told us about the new dimension. He didn't only mention it, he pointed the direction of the new dimension, where it's going to come from. As if people were not getting the information, he preached it while he was very free, on a free place. And when he was captured, when he was kidnapped, the very first opportunity he had, he still mentioned it and directed you to that very direction of the new dimension. Another time opened. And in that new time we came in, we got into a time where we found our new Prime Minister of Biafra government in exile, Mazi Simon Ekpa, as a spokesperson. He came on board. When he came on board, some people could not handle the time that we are in. They became afraid. Some became jealous. Some could not be able to interpret. This was a time that Mazen Nandekano saw, and Mazen Nandekano embraced it and announced it. Now that time was unveiled. You become afraid. Some their own strength and spirit could not be able to match to the time that we were moving into, and they became afraid. They began to attack that time. But you can't stop the mandate of Chukwu Okigabema because these people that Chukwu Okigabema has given us are working with time. You can't stop it. It is not their making. I could still remember Mazi Simon Ekpa never appointed himself. Even when the people gathered, there was a time, have you forgotten there was a time they gathered? All these fallen angels, they gathered and they announced him as the leader. They casted a vote in his absence in a live program, which I watched. People were calling him to vote who's going to be a leader. They voted our spokesperson in, and he said, no, I am not the leader. The leader of the struggle remains Mazen Nandekano. The time wasn't right. And eventually, when the time was right, our new Prime Minister of Biafra government in exile announced it and said, we are no longer in agitation. We are now in what? Restoration. But do you know that some people are still in agitation? Some people are still in agitation. This is why That is why I tell some people in my program, you see, every one of us have played an important role, but there are some people who their own brain have exhausted. Why their brain exhausted? There are some people who are still loaded in their brain that have not removed anything. They want to offload. You that have now exhausted your own energy during the time of agitation. During the time of agitation, it was the time of blackmail, propaganda. Say anything you want without evidence. You can say anything just to drag attention. But when that time have expired, why don't you now give way and allow people who can engage in restoration to do it? It is very important. That was why I said that this message is coming at the right time, because people must know that we are no longer in agitation. We are in the time of restoration. And in time of restoration, what you do is engagement. And every single word you say, you must provide an evidence. It is not the time for blackmail. If you're blackmailing, you're wasting your time. If you're propaganding, you are wasting your time. This is the time of engagement. And Chukwu Okukabiyama have chosen the right person to engage. Some of them will be saying that, why did the man Simon Ekpa appoint himself? And I asked them, among everyone that is agitating today in Biafra struggle, who again is much qualified than Master Simon Ekpa?
I wonder.
I am not saying that I'm not saying there are not educated Biafrans all over the world. There are educated Biafrans all over the world. There are Biafrans in different governments of the world with different posts. There are Biafrans that have connection all over the world. But among of them, which of them can be able to stand up in their own state or in their own environment and say that I am a Biafra and defend it? So when you check among the people who are standing ground, the only person that is more than qualified to lead us into this restoration is Master Simon Ekpa. But people who are still agitated, they cannot read that meaning. They don't know the meaning of time. That is why I appreciate my brother for calling the attention of people on the time that we are in. Thank you so much, my brother. I will come back again when it is my time to talk. I stop here.
Thank you, my brother, Choose the General. Do you know that people miss their time? People don't understand the time. That is why you see somebody leave his house, his job, his business, and went to know where our head office is. That's why people left everything they were doing. They come to social media that their freedom fighting is Master Simon Ekpa. They buy data, they bring up their computer or their mobile phones and come live like this. Do you know their freedom fighting? Master Simon. Master Simon is this. Master Simon is a boy. Master Simon is a child. Simon is that. Simon is this. You know why? They misplace their time. They misplace the timing.
Exactly.
They don't know the season. This is not the season where we are. You know, the last saga I did, I told myself, no matter what you say I did, I will no longer talk to people. After my saga with Ify, trying to come and tell the Biafra people, no, she wasn't like this. My time. Look at the wasted. A pilot to focus on the radar. If you take your off on the radar, you're going to crash. Everything that enemy need to do to you is for you to remove your eyes from the radar. Remove your eyes from the dashboard. As a driver driving your vehicle, you must concentrate. Otherwise, you are going to crash. So, you can see that which people on this earth, that you say you love Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you preach, say you're a good person. Now you see that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu wrote that it is, see, by my own understanding, forbidden is a higher level of prohibition. Forbidden is something that you have no excuse over it. By my own definition of forbidden, in a layman understanding, forbidden is something that this is a thing, and you must not go beyond or below. It is a standard. uncompromisingly. Now you say you love Mazi Simon, Mazi Nandekano, and you did not keep his word. Even the Bible, you call yourself a pastor, or you call yourself whosoever you are, or whosoever, and you see the Bible say, if you love me, keep my commandments. Of our leader is Dekano. If you claim that you love Mazina Dekano or you love Simon Egba, keep their commandments. And what are these commandments? They say, don't do this, don't do that. You obey. Let me tell you, Peter toiled all through the night. And when Christ met him, he never knew that that was the Christ. He said, cast to the deep, lay down your nets, as in throw your nets there. Peter have reason as a man that this place you are telling me to throw my nets, is it not the place that I've already toiled all through the night? But you know one key he got. He said, but at thy word. But at thy word. Meaning, this thing you say is not comfortable for me to do. By my choice, I don't choose to do them. But because you said I should do it, I have to do it. He now throw his net. So when we talk about the timing, the season, Mazi Soni Agbarawa, I want us to educate the Biafran people about the time we are in, the season, what everybody should come together to do. If the people that say they need their freedom, the people that want freedom, that this is the time. Look at the sentence at the government in exile. That is a confirmed. And people are still busy going to gather one club or the other, call themselves freedom fighters. People are busy. The hand of Mazi Simon that have been raising up, people are busy trying to bring him down. Now, Mazi Simon, Soni Agbarawa, what I wanted to elaborate more, the time we are, where we are, the season, what is expected of people, of us. So you have the mic, Mazi Soni.
Thank you once again, Mazi Gaddafi and Mazi Chuk Survivor, and every Biafrans watching us and lovers of freedom, and the Oduduwas and the Amazonians, and everyone listening to us all over the globe. Okay, let me start by saying that the Biafran government in exile, headed by Mazi Simon Egba, with the cooperation and synergy and the concentration and focus of all Biafrans behind Mazi Simon Egba and the government in exile, have been able to change and remold IPOB from a non-organized organization to a well-organized organization, which has moved from step A to step B and advancing each and every day. As you draw very close and very near to the liberation mood, there are things that you need. You need an emerging army of a nation. You need a government in exile of a nation. Then you need a structure. Then you need a constitution. Then you need their currency to be out. Then you need their national anthem, their pledge. And then you start making the diplomatic ties. And we are doing all that in diverse ways. Those in the cabinet of the Biafran government in exile, they know the underground work that is ongoing. That is why what you hear our Prime Minister and the government in exile and the media publicity unit tells you is what is good for the ear of the audience. What is not to be brought to the fore is not brought until when you see it with your eyes and then you hear it spelled out, you understand that this one, the time is due to bring it to the public. Now, the time and season connect, and it works very well. I will always like to compare and contrast and then connect the time of Ojukwu, Philippian, Ifejuna, and Obosi, and Kaduna and Zogu, and many others to the time that we are in. Because when Mazi Gaddafi talked about people that left what they had to do in their little businesses and survival and struggle of how they can feed their family, they now gave some of their time to come and help us to propagate the news of Biafra. When Laya Mohammed was on international TV in America or UK addressing the international community, he was telling them that IPOB, headed by the Biafran government in exile with the Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpa, are doing fundraising in their country, in their international country, and they are using this same money to defend their land. One minute, please.
You must go and listen to Simon Ekpa, who is doing a very fantastic job. Very great job that Simon Ekpa is doing. Very, very, absolutely fantastic job that he's doing. You must listen to him and share his videos accordingly. Very, very important. He is bringing a new dimension to this very awareness that we are making, and you must listen to him. Very, very important.
IPOB, one family. Biafrans all over the world. If we want safety and security for our people, then let's continue to support Eastern Security Network. All donations are welcome. No contribution is too small or too large. Do your part, knowing that freedom is in our hands, and together we must all rise to the occasion. Go to our website to make your contribution, www.ipobinUSA.org/donate. And remember that freedom is not free, but together we restore it. Farm by farm, forest by forest, house by house, and street by street.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome back once again. Please dualize the screen. Let us have all my comrades on the screen. Please, I beg of you, Mazi Gaddafi. So, as I was saying before, the people that left their jobs and then went out to go and advertise the Biafran government in exile house, they were actually doing their own work. Like when you say there are ways God will use some foolish people to actually propagate your goodness. People may not understand. At times, you see that one Nigerian media, conventional media, they will sit down in their studio, they spend like 2-3 hours, they project the Biafran gospel. They put Mazi Simon Ekpa's face, they preach, they preach, they preach. They do same to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was a nobody in the media. His name was not making the rounds. His name was not flying. His name was not seen on the front pages of the international media. But one Nigerian government made Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for his name and Biafra to make the front pages of the international media. Mazi Simon Ekpa was not the man making the front pages of the media. It was one Nigerian propaganda, the GOAs and the governors that we have in our land who went as far as paying ransom and putting bounty on the head of Mazi Simon Ekpa and making him more popular day by day. So the Brekete family news also helped in making the awareness to go very far. The more you try to fight the ideology of Biafra, the better and the more advanced you are projecting the idea to go to the next level. So this is one thing here that is very, very interesting. When we published the Biafran Government in Exile House, it was there. Nobody had said, oh, let me go and locate the place, let me make it to become more popular. But God used some foolish people to actually go and do the publicity for us. So today now, people are even asking, oh, I did not know the location, but now I know the location because some foolish people actually led us to the location. So if anything happens, we actually know the right address to click a button and then make a call, and then they will redirect us there in no distance time. And I bet you, anytime that you get your way missing down to that place, call those foolish people that have been there themselves. They can easily direct you because they know the offices. They know it even from them to move from their houses with their legs to the offices. And more of these licensed offices are going to come out in many other countries. So I wouldn't say that they are actually wasting their time. They are actually utilizing their time. Because in a family, you have the mild tempered, you have the bully type, you have the rara rara type, you have the very quiet type. All these people, they have their work to do. Just like in this our media team now, there is somebody that I will give bam 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 work to do now, and then they will do it. Everybody will clap. But me, I will not be able to do that bam 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 bam, bam work the way he's supposed to do it. So there are different ways and manners that people serve, and then they do the work in their perspective, and they do it judiciously. So I thank God for everyone that is helping us to publicize and to project the Biafran message to go very far. Laya Mohammed was helping us to propagate it when he was telling the international community that we do fundraising from abroad and then we use it to sponsor terrorism in one Nigeria. And this terrorism that we are sponsoring is our own agent that we use to fight their own foot soldier terrorists that they are coming to kill and rape our women. So international community actually saw reasons and understood that we do fundraising for a reason, and we use it to defend our land because there are terrorists sponsored by who? The government of the day to come and kill us. So coming back and going down to Ojukwu time, we had Ifejuna. It was not only Ifejuna. We had many other saboteurs. We had many other people that were working against the project of Biafra. So history must always make itself. But you know, the Bible preachers say, woe to you, who through you, the Son of Man, will be betrayed. Woe to you, who through you, the Son of Man, will be subjected to jeopardy. Woe to you, who through you, the children of men will be destroyed. But it is written that this must happen. But you that makes yourself the object of that prophecy to be fulfilled, that is where the woe comes to you. But we must continue within and above every ramifications because we have reasons to continue. So, looking at when our gallant ancestors declared Biafra and started the work of Biafra, you saw that it came to a time where you saw that we had to become fearless of anything. So that time has come. A time where we are no more afraid of anything. A time where we are no more afraid to even say I am a Biafran. A time where my face is not or no more a crime for me to be afraid of where my face is. A time where I must stand and speak no matter what happens. That time has come. That is why at this very time, so every Biafran, wherever they are no more afraid of what is to happen. This happened during the time of Ojukwu. When they came and then they lined us up, they fired us from age 3, 4 upwards. As far as you happen to have been a male, we saw it all. That was when every young man had to go into their bushes and start picking up what they need to use to fight. So what I am connecting here now is that time which we became fearless, we became unwavering in what we do. That time has come because you must move from one step to another, the step and the level where you are engrossed with fear, and the time where you no longer feel afraid because it is either you die fighting and then you leave, or you run away as a coward and then you still get shot from behind. Because the worst thing you do is to become a prey. When you become a prey, the person that is actually coming after you will be able to stand at a very focal point and then aim at you as you are running. But if you stand your ground to fight the enemy will now see you as someone that is ready to fight, and you will be able to distort the plans and the arrangement and the focus of the enemy at you. So, fighting and standing to fight and dying by your sword and dying and defending your land and defeating the person that is coming after you is the best way to combat an enemy and to fight. So, this time here now also connects to something. When you see the Biafran government in Israel came up with the map and then with plans and everything that has to do with Biafra, this will also connect you back to when all the elders of Biafra land came to give Ojukwu, Philadelphia, and all of them their loyalty. The more one Nigerian government were looking for a divisive means of distorting and destroying their focus and their unity, that was when the convictions of all the ethnic groups in Biafra land, all their elders and representatives, they came together and then they said, Ojukwu, we have seen how far you have gone in fighting, what you have done to try to put Nigeria to be at peace, but we see that all they want is to slaughter us and to destroy us. Now, we, the Biafran people, have seen with no other thing to do than to do what? To give you our support. And they even made a clause. They said, Oyuku should not at any point allow any other person to speak for us, the Biafran people, except he himself, Ojukwu, appoint the person. That was the trust the Biafran people gave to Ojukwu. After they had seen how far Ojukwu had tried to make sure we still have peace, but the peace was not coming. So where does that connect to what we are doing now? Where that connects now is the reunification of all the Biafran territories and ethnicities and making them come to the understanding that we are moving. And all of them as well have to come to terms and understanding that Biafra is their only way out. The elders of all the provinces of Biafra land, they are waking up day by day. That is why as we are having regional coordinators and many heads, we also have regional coordinators back home. We also have licensed officers back home, which will be able to coordinate some other things back home and put everybody to the fore, carry everybody along. The ground and the grassroots mobilization is also ongoing. Everything is working in pari passu. Everything is working in order. This is not different from the strategies and the steps that Ojukwu of Whole with his cabinet members put on track while he was aligning Biafra for the restoration mandate. So if anybody tells you that we are doing something dissimilar or we are overlooking other people or we are not carrying people along, tell them that they are still living in the dark and that the divide and rule and the divide and conquer tactics which the colonization agenda has put in their brain, which the help of Britain, EU, UK, US, OAU is working every day to make sure they continue to fight themselves, is still working in their brains. The time now is the right time, and we are putting everything in place for the right thing to happen and for the right way to go, and for Biafra to be restored. So the time is now, and the now is now. And the now is the Biafran government in exile. And the now is the Prime Minister of the Biafran government in exile. And the now is the Biafran people. And the now is the ESM. And the now is the Biafran Liberation Army. And the now is the diplomatic ties that are ongoing. And the now is the body of every cabinet and every department. The now is the you as a Biafran that is making the whole world to know that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is not free by making sure you observe every civil disobedience put on the table. Something in another way is happening here. Then there was no media for us to be on top of the story in the 60s to the 70s, but today you have the medias at your fingertips. That is why we can all connect ourselves from diverse locations. We sit here, we educate others, we put things on the table, we make you to know what is happening, you get acquainted, and then you bring in other people. This is a very big weapon which we have been able to have in this 21st century. And we must make use of it in a very good way. Because from 60s to 70s, the Premium Times of London and the BBC of one Nigeria and UK was used as a propaganda means against the Biafran people. That is why today you can speak to a man of 50 years and 60 years from America and UK, and then you ask him, do you know anything about the Biafran story? The man will tell you, no, I know nothing about such. I have not been taught in my school, so I don't know anything about it, because it was all about propaganda against the Biafran people with the use of Premium Times of London and BBC. So nobody knew, nobody actually got what it was about the Biafran people. So today, we can tell our stories. And the worst thing is for people to write your own story. No, you write your story yourself, and I invite some of you, as we are here now, some of us that are good in writing, they should start writing our stories of what is happening now. Let not the whites, let not the swines be the ones to write our stories tomorrow. That is why you can hardly get someone from back home now that can tell you the story of Nigeria from 1800 to 1900. It is only the white swine that will be telling you your stories, because it is what they wrote and then they took back to their own library and keep. That is what they will unleash for you. The amalgamation document of Lord Lugard, we were not able to find it in Africa, right? And it was not reachable to us, even in our schools. We were not being taught in our history in schools. Curriculum was erupted of such. So, but now it is the Oyibo and them carry the story. So let's write our story now and keep up the mandate. Mazi Gaddafi, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sonny. You know, you are just like when you are eating roasted fish. You take it easy. You are removing all the bones. Removing all the bones. That's what you just did now. And right here in the studio, I believe is who I believe he is. Please, Emmanuel Remy Ojus. The discussion we are having here right now is about the timing. Is about the timing. Please mute yourself. There's noise on some background. Remigius, what we are talking about is the timing. The timing. The time. You can see the topic is about the time. What is the time we are in? Is it the time of saga? Is it the time of joking? If has acknowledged that season, it is the season of sophisticated way of achieving this Biafra. That the government in exile, the way Mazi Simon is operating, the new phase, I call it the new phase of this struggle, the liberation phase. the new phase of our agitation. We are putting up a new phase. When we come through the history started from Ojukwu. There was a time like this. Ojukwu will rise up to declare Republic of Biafra, because there is no different, is even more worse now than what was taking place during the time of our internal leader, General Ojukwu himself. What was happening now is worse to compare that time. People, because the purpose then was ethnic cleansing, that there will be nothing like Igbo, there will be nothing like Biafra existing in the surface of this earth. They rise up and say, no, in this our time, we must defend our land. And they defended this land, and here we are today. Now, Owazurike took over, trying to continue from where our internal leader stopped. We all see how he started. We all see how he ended. Then, Mazina Dekano took over. You can see what is going on now. And as he stands, whether you like it or you don't like it, Mazina Simon Ekpa is the interim leader of this struggle. And this is the time he is in the helm of affairs. Anywhere on earth in the history of this our struggle, apart from during the time of Ojukwu, that have been organized in this way. And this is the time we are. So, Mazi Remijus, what can you tell the people? Introduce yourself and use 3 minutes to tell the people what you understand about the time we are and what you want them to do. You have the mic. Thank you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Is my voice coming out?
Very loud.
This is Emmanuel Oremijos. On Facebook, on YouTube, I am Truth TV because I am streaming on YouTube. My brother, let truth be told. You see, I used to, because of Owazurike that you made mention of, I used to blame him at the beginning, but I no longer blame Owazurike. Do you know why? Owazurike made mention of when he was in the prison and someone have to come and visit him with his commanders, and he was still doing strong head, and the person told him, look at your commanders here. Your commanders are in my hands. Then remember, during the Owazurike time, there was nothing like social media. Social media is a thing of yesterday. There was nothing like social media. Facebook is a thing of yesterday, and this social media that we are using. Now, fast forward to the time of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Let me tell you the truth. Minus Simon, this struggle is dead and pure dead, compromised.
Sorry. Hold on. You got like from here in the studio. Hold on. From here in the studio, I am seeing that your network is red. Okay, it's back. Go on. Hold on. We are. Your network is disturbing.
Can he call in through the phone? Mazi Gaddafi, let him speak through the phone because his network is bad. I think the studio cannot withstand his network.
So, yeah, like I was saying, you know, in this time and season where we are, the Nigerian media has also acknowledged that this time and this season, this period we are, is very unique period. I want to ask Biafran people, you saw the time and the time we are in, then what do you supposed to be doing in this time, this season? So in this topic, and you can see that we in our right up there, you can see that the Biafran Republic government in exile is the new face of our freedom. The new face. I will come to that aspect of this program after Mazire Mijus is back. And Mazire Mijus, please use your 3 minutes and run about the time, the season, and the best period we are in. Go on.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you now. It seems you're on the road. Go on.
Okay. Simon. It's more organized than before. Are you now understanding the way we are going to? Is the time that
you can see that his network is disturbing him, failing him. So we move on. Mazichu Survivor, like we have already said, the timing, please, you will brush from the timing, you go from the timing to the new phase. Biafran Republic government in exile is the new phase of our freedom. What do you have to say? What can you let the Biafran people know? Because from me, the Gaddafi here, I see that, first of all, I want everybody that's watching, whatever the station, the channel you're watching from, to keep sharing this program, because it is very, very important. Everybody must choose. The new face of this struggle. Like we are going to have another program on Sunday, which is titled the Master of the New Dimension. We are going to go into that, but for today we are treating this program about the timing and the new phase, because when you get the time, from the time you now get to know that where we are is the new phase of this freedom we are looking for this liberation we are into. And the lines are open. You can see this the numbers going through on the screen there. You can call anyone you wish to call. And the lines are ready. Lines are moving, displaying on the screen. You can call and let us know how you feel and your own opinion about the timing and the new phase of our struggle. So Mazi, Choose Survivor, you have the mic.
Thank you so much, my brother, once again. I appreciate you. When you come to what we have been speaking about on the time that we're in, just as I said before, we are in the time of restoration. Every Biafran must put that at the back of their mind. We are at the time of restoration. It is no longer the time of gossip, blackmail, propaganda, and all. No, we are in the time of restoration. Put that at the back of your mind, because when you know the time we are in, that is when you will know what to do. And in this time of restoration, a lot of things are needed. So many things are needed, more especially financial means. Finance is needed on this time of restoration. Those are things you have to put at the back of your mind. It is no longer the time for gossiping and listening to, or even responding to gossipers. There's no time for that. We are now in the time of restoration. And in that time of restoration, that is the complete opening of the new dimension we have been talking about. That new dimension that Mazen Nandekano spoke about has been activated fully. It is now fully activated. So it's left for you to join that boat and begin to move it. And that is where, when you hear the new Biafran Republic government in exile, once you hear that, you have to be happy. That is why sometimes when I hear people who are asking, after our countdown, what do we do? You will now begin to understand that people are not paying attention. So many people are not sensible and they're not paying attention. Some of them are just focusing on distraction or focusing on what they want you to do. But I can tell you that in this struggle, Master Simon Ekpa, who is piloting the struggle today, the new Prime Minister of Biafra government in exile, he knows what he's doing. And every procedure to make sure that Biafra comes to existence must come. And today you can see the activation, full activation of the Biafran government in exile. And there is one point I want to make, because I see some people on certain programs or certain voicemail they are sending, and some videos people are making. Some were claiming that they have Biafra government in exile in place for a very long time, that this one is that, and the one we are having now doesn't have any meaning, that they have it time immemorial. And I begin to ask questions. Even before the full activation of this very Biafra government in exile, don't forget, our spokesperson, Master Simon Ekpa, the new Prime Minister of Biafran Republic government in exile, he told us that this very organization had been existing. And he activated it. When he activated, those who were supposed to be there were dormant, doing nothing. He gave them time, almost a year, to begin to do something, and they never did anything. With all the instruction given to them and directions, they did nothing. Meaning that they don't know direction where to follow, they don't know whether to go right or left. Not until our spokesperson took up the responsibility by himself, after the election had been handled and people elected our spokesperson, Master Simon Ekpa, to be the new Prime Minister of Biafra government in exile. Biafran people elected him. And from that time going forward, a lot of things have happened. And I can tell you, for those who are claiming that they were there operating in that very capacity before, if there were something to be something, if there were people who were working as Biafran government in exile, let me tell you, the case of Mazen Nandekano will not be the way it is today. Mazen Nandekano will not still be in detention. Mazen Nandekano will not still be in detention. There are certain moves that were supposed to, diplomatic moves that were supposed to be made, because that is the full responsibility of the Biafran government in exile. Diplomatic move, speaking to government and authorities all over the world. That is what they're supposed to do. But all this while they were claiming to be there, what did they do? All this while they were claiming to be this and that, what did they do? Have you ever one day had a statement issued by Biafran government in exile? Have you ever one day had that they attended a meeting or they did one thing or the other? Even when Mazen Nandekano was kidnapped, did you hear them issue any statement? These are the people who were claiming that they are there. From the kidnap of Mazen Nandekano up till date, when our spokesperson Mazen Nandekano took up that responsibility, did you hear any place where they wrote a statement and say Biafra government in exile says so? It wasn't happening. Not until we got to this stage. The person who has been appointed, the person who Chukwu Okakabema had given that touch to continue to move on and lead us into Biafra, took up that responsibility. Today, you can see various things that our new Prime Minister is doing. And I bet you, Biafrans, what I am saying in most of my program, I say, pray and pray hard that Chukwu Okakabema will open your eyes to see things that you're not being told. If our Prime Minister can tell you things that he's doing, or if Chukwu Okakabema can open your mouth and tell you the engagement he's having, you will continue to pray for him every day of your life. With all the attack, with all the blackmail, with all the hindrances, obstacles from right, left, and center, he is focused, pursuing the freedom of Mazen Nandekano and the restoration of Biafra, which are one and tempting. These two things are the same thing. When you are talking about the restoration of Biafra, you are actually talking about the freedom of Mazen Nandekano. Because I tell people, I am not wishing Mazen Nandekano a freedom that you give him tomorrow, you go to his back to go and kill him. I'm not wishing him a freedom you give him tomorrow, you begin to chase him around, or he begin to call him for any questioning. I am wishing Mazen Nandekano a freedom that he will have, automatic freedom we have, that he will be only answerable to the Biafran people. And the only thing that can guarantee that freedom is the coming of Biafra. At the same time, if you know the greatest gift to give Mazen Nandekano, it is Biafra. It is Biafra. Except you are ready to deliver Biafra to him, that means you're not willing to give anything to him. That is why I urge my Biafran people, any place you are, at this particular point in time, please pay attention to the time we are. It is not time to gossip. It is not time to begin to look at your brother or your sister or begin to attack some people unnecessarily. Even do not respond to the blackmailers. We have crossed that stage. This is a time for engagement, diplomatic engagement. And our new Prime Minister of Biafra government in Israel is engaging seriously. He's engaging. And just like some who will tell you they are doing something on the ground, you are doing something on the ground with nothing to show. But at least our Prime Minister, every engagement he's having, at the end of the day, you will see the effect outside. If he doesn't speak about it, the media in Nigeria will speak about it. If the media in Nigeria speak about it, international media will speak about it. Certain things he didn't even talk about, other people will confess it. But you see some people who claim they are doing something on the ground, for how many years? Almost 2 years, Mazen Nandekan in captivity. You have been doing something on the ground, nothing to show up to date. Nothing to show. Until we got to this stage. At this phase where we have the Biafran government in exile, that is the real game. And I tell you, that is why in one of my programs I will pray and say how I wish our human wish will happen that Mazen Nandekan will be present today. How I wish. The very thing you see our Prime Minister do today, these are what some people were stealing money from Mazen Nandekan to go and do. All these people that call themselves Department of Saboteurs. You had Mazen Nandekano in one of his broadcasts where he was telling you that IPOB is paying hundreds of thousands of dollars for lobbying in the United States. Hundreds of thousands of dollars for lobbying with nothing to show. These people were stealing money from Mazen Nandekano on a regular basis. Pursuing this very thing that you saw our Mazen Samaneka doing with nothing. With little or nothing. They talk about fundraising. How much are you using in the fund? The thing that we are paying, Mazen Nandekano made that broadcast by himself that IPOB was paying hundreds of thousands of dollars monthly for lobbying in the United States. What came out of it? What came out of it? Even after his kidnap, United States could not even make any statement. They couldn't even stand up to speak for him. This is what they were collecting money. This Department of Saboteurs. All these ones that are running, telling you that they were the former Biafran government in exile. They were the idiots that were busy collecting money from Mazen Nandekano, hundreds of thousands of dollars in the name of lobbying. Lobbying who? But today, I can tell you, our new Prime Minister of Biafran government in exile have gotten allies, solid ally. Today, we can boast of governments that are behind us. If you cannot boast of any other government, you can be very much assured that Finland government is aware of our problem. Our program have run on their station and run on their television, run on their studio for complete 1 week. Talk about Biafra. These are things we are paying money to get. These are what Mazen Nandekano was crying for. This is one of the things that made Mazen Nandekano to shed tears on last program and be asking for 100 men. And today, the man that told you that he's 50 men in one and you thought it was a joke, you can see the achievement he's making. And there you come and you begin to ask me, how qualified is he to have that post? Sorry. Go and hug the transformer. We don't beg you. Just as Mazen Nandekano said, whether you agree or you don't agree, whether you follow it or not follow it, we are following the mandate, just like the time my brother just put on the topic. The time that we are in is on the time to restore Biafra. In that time of restoration, our new Prime Minister of Biafran government in exile have already given us a mandate which we are pursuing. 2023, Biafra will come, whether you like it or not. Just as my brother Maz's graphic can always say, one day you are going to sleep in Nigeria and you wake up in Biafra. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you. We have one of our sister, one of the general in the building. Pick up the mic. Sister, please, can you, the Biafran people, we are discussing about the time and the season. The time we are today, from all the platforms we are broadcasting from many platforms, from Sunny, Biafra Sunny TV, from True Survivor, from Obi Biafra, from Biafra Freedom Voice TV, from Gaddafi or Biafra Twitter and Facebook. We are everywhere. Please As you are with us, you are free to call in to air your opinion, to give us your opinion and your suggestion, and what you understand about the season where we are today. And introduce you, take over the mic here.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. From wherever you are watching me, I salute you, Gaddafi of Biafra, Sonny Akbarawa, Oga Ugo. What's the Oga?
No, that is Choose Survivor.
Choose Survivor. Not too good. So,
okay.
all Biafrans, all viewers, anywhere you are seeing this face, this is Ada Biafra from Chicago. Biafra lives matters for me. That's why you see me everywhere with my okoloto. Anywhere, everywhere. I am like Coca-Cola. You know when they say, if you don't see Coca-Cola, then run away from there, that Biafrans are Coca-Cola all over the world. We are everywhere. So that is how I am everywhere with my rising sun. Anywhere you see this face, you must see me either with my handbag rising sun or behind me, anywhere. Welcome to this broadcast. Anywhere you are seeing us, please encourage the people that you can give super chat, or the people that qualify for that. I don't know. I don't know. I hear about that. So follow us and do something reasonable. This is the time. We are talking about the time. This is the time. You need freedom. It's not for mouth. The flyers are out now for another ESN fundraising coming on Saturday. This is the right time to get your freedom or perish. Our leader, they have done caricature for him again yesterday, right? They said they are taking him to court without this and bringing him back and postponing it. Yes, they can do whatever they are doing, but we are telling you that this time, if we don't release our leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, you will get it hotter than anything hot. This is the time. Biafra is coming. This is time. You have to do something for your freedom. This is the time you have to free that man, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, our leader. This is the time. Stop delaying our freedom. If you stand on our way, we will crush you. This is the time. We don't have time to waste. Okwi General Mong. Okwi General Mong, where I come from, it is very, very hot. This is the time. You don't block us. Your gossip, your anything you are doing cannot fetch your freedom. It is better you join us now. This is the time. This is the time you have to save your unborn children. This is the time you have to fight for what belongs to you. This is the time you have to value your life before people around you will value you. This is the time you have to defend your land. This is the time you have to stop the Islamization, the jihad, the Iswa, the Boko Haram, the Fulani terrorists killing your people. This is the time. You don't have time to waste. You don't have time to wait for anybody to do it for you. Wherever you are, whatever you call yourself, you see this cap Abarawa Swani and Biafra Battle TV is wearing. Anybody that is putting this cap on his head, anywhere you are, this is the time to come and defend it. It means a lot to us, Biafrans. This is the time you have to know that unborn children are supposed to come and live like humans, not like animals. Presently in Nigeria today, people are living like animals. This is the time you have to tell the world who you are. If you don't tell the world who you are, they will not know who you are. America, you are envying today. All the Western world, Europe, Asia, anywhere you are envying to enter today, they fought something like this. There was a time like this in their lives. There was a time like this. So don't think your own is going to be different. You have to fight it. This is the time you have to fight for your freedom. Nobody is going to give it to you. You have to fight it. Freedom is not giving. Freedom is taking. You have to take it by force. Nobody separates people passing each other without fighting. You must start a fight. The war is on our doorstep. We are on war. I know Nara. This is the time to defend your generation unborn. Defend yourself. They kill you. You don't do nothing. They kill you. You die like a fowl. You die like nobody. This is the time to tell them that you cannot come to my territory and kill my people and go scot-free. You must go back with body bags. This is the time you have to defend whatever you believe in. This is the time. Wake up, Biafrans. Wake up. This is not time for gossip. The people that are showing nonsense that said they have Biafra in exile office. Where were you since how many years they kidnapped our leader? What legacy have our leader? Have you protected? Have you continued since that office has been existing? If it has been existing as you said, how many times have you done ESN fundraising? How many times have you come out to say, who know you? Faceless bastards. You are hiding. You have office, but you don't have face. The man leader you know that fought for Fight Africa, you know him. Nnamdi Kanu, you claim you follow, you know his face. Why are you hiding? Who are you? Where are you? Why are you hiding your faces? Everybody know this face as Ada Biafra from Chicago. Who are you? Where is your face? Faceless idiot. You came to disorganize what we are doing and you left our leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. 99% of you were shouting obedient few days ago. You left our leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, in DSS dungeon. Look at what they did to him 2 days ago, yesterday. They brought him to court. No, they are not bringing him. The same court that have discharged him and acquitted him and say pay him his about how many million dollars for kidnapping him, renditioning him to that zoo, and they refuse. What are you saying? Who are you? I want to see your faces. The people that say they have offices in exile, that is not Simon Epa, bring it on. Give me freedom. From that, your Okoko offices, you are pointing somebody's store or whatever, somebody's house as Biafra exile, whatever you call it. Because I know Simon Ekpa remains our prime minister. Show me your own prime minister. Bring it on. I want to see it. Faceless Umo Okoko. I don't have time for them. My page is for Fulani, the major enemies. The Fulani. All those ones are distractors. This is the time to know what you're supposed to do to regain your freedom, to restore Biafra, to save your lives. Ada Biafra is here to tell you that Biafra lives matters. 99% of our people in diaspora, when they killed George Floyd, all of them were on the streets shouting Black Lives Matters. And I asked, does Biafran's life not matter? Where are you guys that shared all those abrakata on your pages but refuse to talk when your people are being killed on a daily basis by the Fulani terrorists? Where are you? Some of you are professors, some of you are doctors, some of you are lawyers, engineers, whatever, nurses. Call yourself anything. You kept quiet when they are killing Biafrans. Okamaniro group of PLC obedient group. Where Obi will go and condemn the killing of people in Zamfara but refuse to talk about the killing of Biafran people. Where are you? This is the time. It's either you talk now, join what we are doing, not only talking, you must contribute to our ESN fundraising. Freedom is not given, it is taken. It is either you contribute there or you pay ransom, because any day you step in that zoo, they will kidnap you. Mark my word. I rest my case.
Thank you. As it stands, Master Sonny, I don't know if let's say you've gone to eat a female dog. When you come out, let me know. As it stands, you know, this is Gaddafi of Biafra. You know, even when we talk about Gaddafi of Biafra, I still remember that Kingsley, oh there them. So like some of you that were, that said they were published publishing my name. They thought they were doing me harm, as if I was dodging where I come from. I am from Ebonyi State, which every one of you know. But maybe when they call Kingsley, everybody will be surprised. Who is this Kingsley? The Kingsley is the Gaddafi, as you can see it. My full name in Government in Exile website. I am there. What we are doing and what we are discussing today, Mazi Choose Survivor, it's about the new phase of our struggle. You know, when we talk about the new phase of our struggle, we talk about the new thing that is happening today. Yeah, people we may have claimed to be government in exile before, but what you must know is that Mazi Choose Survivor, you was with us in the meeting with Igbo World Congress, Igbo World Criminal, you know, who was in that meeting. And in that meeting, they understand who these people are. They stood that we should give B a chance to become the president. In that meeting, you see, I now envisage or try to imagine what our leader Mazi Nadekano was going through. What he was going through, the kind of pressure he was going through, and a man that is mounted on that kind of pressure will definitely make mistake. For sure. He will. I even surprised how he lead this ship to this extent. Because if you understand, the whole Igbo World Congress gathered those in Europe, those in America, those in Asia with us here. The pressure they were mounting on Mazi Simon, well, we should back down. We were telling them what will come before them. They didn't believe us. And the person that shot him and pray, Sonny said, I have not come here to come to pray. I am here to tell you my mind, how we feel. And after that meeting, I shook my head and see that Igbo people are selfish. In the sense that they don't think about the next generation, they think about their pocket today. They think about what they can get today. They think about how much dollars they can make today. But they don't think about tomorrow. They don't think about even a good name. You understand? The most important thing in this life is a good name. This is who we are today. The world is listening to us. The world is hearing us. If you do the same thing that somebody that people doesn't know do, your own will be worse. Hey, this kind of person do like this, do like, hey, you are for people. But the same thing you did, people are doing it every day. But your own will be worse because you are like a mirror. The Bible said the hill that is on the mountain cannot be hid. I mean, the city that is on the mountain cannot be hidden. We are here the face of the liberation, the freedom of Biafra. The new face has just emerged. In this new face, Biafra people, sorry, I don't know what to take off the number. Let me place the number once again. The number is in the screen. You can reach us through this number. You can call us on this number and let us know your opinion. In case you are not seeing it very well, the number is +821 073 140321. I repeat, the number you can reach us is +821 073 140327. The number is on the screen. You can call us and tell us how you feel. Like as the topic says, the time, the season. This is the time whereby we know who we are looking for. Like a Mazi Choose Survivor, you made a statement. Spending money, lobbying Bruce Fein, feeding Bruce Fein, and there never been a result. The other consultancy firm in London, we are paying heavy amounts every month. There is no result. our leader have been in detention. I know how that place look like. I've been there before. I didn't mean I was detained before. No, I know the place. I have walked within the area. I've gone around the area. The place our leader is underground. It is called Aso Hill. It is underground. It is at the back of Aso Rock Villa. That is where you see another 3-story building or thereabouts, DSS building. It's within the area. I've been there. I know the place very well. Inside underground dungeon, detention for no reason. You can see everything that have been going on. We got a call. We got a call. We will answer the call. Then we proceed. Wow. Please, hold on. Hold on, caller, hold on. Let me fix the speaker. I don't know. Hello. Good evening. How are you? Yeah, this is Gaddafi. Hold on, let me put you on the speaker. Hold on, let me bring you to the speaker. Okay, go on. Chief Survivor, can you hear her very clear?
Yes, I can hear her.
Yeah, can hear her.
Okay, go on. You have 2 minutes, ma'am.
Can I go on?
Yes, go on. Fire on.
Fire.
I'm very happy to see people today. So happy I have been trying to this time on everybody asking to God, I love why I am following all the whole program, but I can't see anyone. So see, I think today I'm so happy that my comment has been reached to that side. So I'm in Lagos, after man.
Wow.
So we are here in Lagos, seeing my people today. Nobody is hearing of they don't be collecting money for us anyhow. We don't be praying, we have no mouth to talk. So we don't be praying and releasing among the and at least may we at least come out from the hell.
Hello. Thank you. Yeah, we are hearing you. You would have it will be cheaper and easier for you to call through WhatsApp, so that it will be easier for you, and you can be able to use your 3 minutes or 2 minutes very well without being afraid of your recharge card. You know.
Let me do that.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. Please, Biafra people, you have to call me on through WhatsApp, because somebody was on the WhatsApp call. The direct call came in and kick him off. Please, if you are calling, you have to call through WhatsApp. As soon as we pick your call, you will make your contribution. Thank you and God bless you. Like I was saying, academic highness, I will give you that privilege as a board member of the member of a government in exile. It is your privilege. Let me call you back. Academic highness, please.
Yeah.
You know, a direct call came in to cut your call off. So sorry for that. We give you the not that we are partial, but I give you preferential treatment. That's why I'm calling you back. As a member of government in exile.
I just wanted to.
You have 1 minute.
Yes, I just wanted to
to thank the crew members, especially according to tradition, to our dear mother and sister of the Ageli, Ak, one of Biafra. She is the owner of Chicago. You can always see it from her. Also to Brother Chief Survival, my main man, Parawa, the son of the most bravest man. The meaning of Parawa means hero, and obviously to Gaddafi of Biafra. Biafran people, you have everything it takes to get Biafra. The only people who didn't Namdekan are the governors, your reverend fathers. You are avaricious, gluttonous, and gomandia and gomandic leaders you have in the Southeast. Do you know why? Because they are the one that proscribed chaotically IPOP, and they are the one behind the non-religion and the whole kangaroo travesty of the norm of Nigeria, because it is very evident that when the governor that builds bridge in Ebonyi State tells you that the reason why Ebonyi is not Biafra, according to his own individual and single opinion, is because there Igbo people have invested a lot in Hausa land, in the land of Western Nigeria. They are defending Islam's academic highness. Have to get them at the center. So they are defending structure. They are defending. They didn't understand that what happened. That there is earthquake. There was earthquake in what do you call it, in Turkey? Not only in Turkey. Even 100.
Hello, Academic Island. Academic, sorry, hold on, our caller on the phone. Our body and soul was kicked off by the direct call. Please, we will give Academic Highness. Please don't be annoyed. I will call you back when next on standby. Please don't call me direct call. Direct call and there. Korea person say and there. No. Please don't call me direct call. Call through WhatsApp so that you're not cutting people off. Thank you. My brother, you can go on. We are talking about the time, the season where we are today, and the new phase of this struggle. What do you have to tell the Biafran people and your own opinion? You got 2 minutes for this. God bless you.
Autopilot.
Biafra.
I greet you.
Thank you.
Madam, I greet you. My brother, I greet you all. You see, I was very happy for the progress. This is number one. Very, very happy. But my name is Anedo. Anedo is greeting you all. You see, I was very happy when our Prime Minister announced it. I was very happy. But my brother, please, there is something I wanted to ask, please. Because yesterday that our Prime Minister is taking calls, it's very hard to enter into Biafra. So I was watching through the autopilot media. So, we cannot call him and ask a question. So there is something I wanted to chip in. Maybe, people have it in already. I don't know. But I want to say it. Maybe it will sound funny, but it's not a funny something. I wanted to ask, I hope all these departments that we are creating, we have a probe department on that session. I hope we have a probe department because for 1999, we have democratic government. I want to remember you people because today we are talking about P2D. P2D is the first democratic governor that killed us. After he killed us, he put us in the Zuri River. After that, he gave Obasanjo green light. Obasanjo killed us. After that, they transferred to Buhari. So why I'm saying this thing, everybody that protects in democratic government in Biafra land, ever since Peter Obi marched as a governor up to today, we must probe them. So that is why I'm asking. I hope we have a probe department that will form our organization now, that we go through all their records and put it and store it somewhere, so that when the time comes,
you will not overuse your time.
It's not a rushing matter, my brother.
No, we are telling you.
Because this is why I'm saying, listen, my brother, let me tell you the truth. If Biafran government did not do something for those people, we are going to take the law into our hands. Because I cannot see somebody that killed my brother and my sister walking free on the street of Biafra. It's going to cause a very big civil war or something in our land. So from 19 time of Peter,
let me respond to you, sir. Sir, let me respond to you. You know, we are sharing the time so that we'll soon others it will get to order, because more calls are coming in here. Now, what I want to let you know is that when Biafra comes, everybody that we know that have done one evil or the other, people like China Samuru, for instance, that are killing our Biafran people, will be tried. And Biafra has a law. Biafra has a law. And that law is a respecter of no person. We are running an organization whereby the law is equal to everybody. That it doesn't respect any human being. The law is law. Okay, here in South Korea, where I am, if my boss I have called police to many of my directors where I work. I call police when they behave the way I don't like. I call police for them, and I get normal justice.
Hey, my brother, please, my brother, please, can I say something before I drop? You know, my brother, I understand everything that you are saying, right? But you know the way our people behave. Now, if Biafra come now, when you want to tell them now, they tell you, oh, this thing that I did it when I was in Nigeria. I did it when I was serving in Nigeria. But look at our roads. You know how many people that die in our road, that they sign the contract to them.
Thank you.
People die from the water, dirty water. So when the Biafra come now, they will give you an excuse that this is what they did when they are with Nigeria. I don't want you to understand where I'm going.
I do.
Thank you, my brother.
God bless you.
Okay.
God bless you. I do understand, as you can listen to me. I do understand what you are saying. Everybody's work is recorded today. It's recorded. If by tomorrow I fall by the wayside, the same law will be applied to me as well. If Choose Survivor did the same thing, or Biafra did the same thing, or Sani Akrawa, the law has no respect of anybody. The law will take its full effect. Mind you, I'm in a police department. So you should know that we maintain the law and order. And I want to use this opportunity to tell all the Biafrans living all over the world that, that you must respect the law, be a law-abiding citizen in any country of your residence. This is my message in this opportunity. I have to let you know that you must be law-abiding citizen. If the country you reside in oppresses you, we will come for your aid. We will come and help you. But make sure that herein you exercise your conscience void of offense towards God and man, that you don't commit crime. Like many of us here in this South Korea in prison. Many of us are here that want it quick. So in this regard, of God, based on what you were asking, there was my father told me one story. He said, Choose Survivor, he said, somebody trap caught antelope. The antelope was still alive. He came. He has his knife to kill the antelope. He did not kill. He was singing. He was mentioning that one of his brother that did not give him granite yesterday will not eat this meat. The other of his sister that did not greet him will not eat this meat. All those in neighbors that used to fry onions will not eat this meat. So when he can't do things finish, and I lifts his knife to kill the antelope. You know what he did? He caught the trap, the antelope. Bien. So you know what he did? Antelope, come, my brother will eat you. My sister will eat you. Antelope has escaped. So Igbo say, Nana wejide baka. We know what is right to do. And every damn thing that is right, we will do it. Biafra is a nation that keep law and order. Is a nation of that $1,500 for fine. Just ordinarily say you fight. And you can get deported just because you fight. It is law. It is only Nigerian system that converts people to the wrong way and the wrong way they are. You understand? But we are going to be the Biafra whereby the law is like a compass. The law is like a compass that directs you what to do, what not to do. Because you get sense. Nigeria does not have sense. Before you make Nigerian man to get sense, you force them to go into black market, like 2 weeks lockdown. It is a way to force Nigeria, who has no sense, to go to black market and the kind of sense. So Mazi to survival, like what you mentioned about Finland and knowing who we are and the nations are supporting us. Yeah, we have. There was a tweet that the Prime Minister of Biafra tweeted. He said, I've been invited for something from a minister of most strongest nation on earth. So for that kind of a caliber of a person to invite our spokesperson, you should know that the time we are in, that's what we're talking about, the time. Hello, please tell us, reduce the volume from the way you're watching. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. God bless you. Go on. You have 2 minutes, please. Maintain your time, please. It's 2 minutes. Go.
Hello. Hello, dear friends. My name is Chidi.
Thank you.
I'm calling from Scotland.
God bless you.
My brother Gaddafi and Akbarawa Sonny and Chief Survivor and my sister. I don't know her name. Sorry. I thank you people for. Okay, Sister Obi, yeah. Okay. I thank you people for this evening program, you know. I was lying down here thinking before when I read something in the Facebook, then when I was thinking sleep taking me, when I woke up, I see that you people are doing programs. So I was watching it. So unfortunately, you put number there and I said, let me call, you know. Yeah. So are you hearing me very well?
Go ahead. You are very. Chief Survivor, are you hearing him?
Loud and clear.
What I read this evening. Do you know the problem is that the people holding Nnamdi Kanu is our Southeast leaders. Do you understand? Because if you watch what they played now, they are playing. This is a game they come to play. When they hear about 2 weeks lockdown now, and they know that the Biafrans will comply, what they go now, they quickly go to Supreme Court. I don't know what they go do there, and these stupid lawyers are dancing with their tunes, you know. And if you watch this man call himself H04, he's running around. I don't know what he run to this Obigard or what he's going to do. Talking nonsense. All of them are the people holding Mandela and the car. They are doing it like I said as a game. Every time they hit something, one order for these 2 weeks. You see what they gang up immediately now and bring us say that let Supreme Court do as if they are going to bring a case. So I will feel that maybe we're going to court, we'll free him for the court. No. That 2 weeks lockdown must hold. It's too much on these people. If we don't hold these people, if we don't turn around and hold these people, these are our leaders in Southeast, especially those evil. They are not leaders, they are evil. They are the people holding mass in the country.
Because anytime we rose up to do something, you see what they do. Anytime we rose up to do something, you see what they do. Go ahead, I'm talking on the phone. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, go ahead. We're hearing you. Please begin to round up your 2 minutes.
I'm very angry because sometimes it's like with some people don't know this game this is playing. If hitting them now, that's why they go to dish out this year kangaroo court right up. And I don't even understand these lawyers. They say that they're defending Mazen and the Kano. This one, I don't know if these people are serious or they're not serious. Because in that place, they invite them, they're supposed to tell them everything that this man has been discharged. I don't know why you people are bringing new charge upon him. But everybody is looking at want us to be dancing on this dirty tune. You know? We cannot take that in. These 2 weeks, we must take these 2 weeks lockdown. It must happen. For them to understand it. That is what I want to say. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. You know, Ndi Bosi na go chinti nage sugo. We will do that for sure.
No.
Like I was saying, we are going to make life unbearable to them if they don't release our leader. This time is different time. Like as we are saying, Mazichu survivor. And like I was calling you, maybe when call comes in, you will pause, then you will continue. The new phase of this struggle, the new phase. You know, this struggle has come into a new phase, seeing the time, the seasons that we are past and the season we are today. So after this call, Mazichu survivor, you take over the mic. Thank you. Please, hello, tell us who you are and where you're calling from. And you have only 2 minutes, please. If you hear, thank you. Bless you.
Hello, great autopilot.
God bless you.
Great autopilot.
God bless you.
Mazi Gaddafi, I greet you. Mazi Chief Survivor, our own sister. Mother Obi, I hail everybody in the house. So I know the topic. I see your brother. So Namde, you see, what you people are doing excellently good. People are doing a very great job. You know, great work. So autopilot will be formidable. You see, when you talk about Onyendu, His Excellency Martin Namde Kano, you saw what happened today now. They took him to Supreme Court. They took him to court, the kangaroo court, and they postponed the 10th. They adjourned the case against the 11th of next month. They don't have any case against our leader. They're just running around putting about the bush. But finally, they will not commit any crime. Anyway.
The voice is not coming out.
Everyone has gone in. Nobody was hearing about Biafra again. So that made of someone about that. They kindled everything.
People life came back to people. People became live. Even we know that in Africa here, we like here in Angola. I'm at the forefront of autopilot Angola. You know, so a lot of things. You know, they shot on everybody. Now people, they just wanted to kill the career of our leader Nnamdi Kanu. They wanted him. They don't want to hear about him again. You see, someone remained dog. He was very dogmatic about it. He said, no, the career of Onyendu, the advocates of Onyendu will never die, and he never died. So when you talk about Biafra today, you talk about Onyendu. We talk about season. Everything has season, from our internal leader, Odumego Ojukwu, to the Lion of Africa, which is Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, coming to the dragon. So it is like that. It's a chain, you know, it's a strata, from one strata to another. It's being stratified. And this is the last phase of Biafra struggle. We are not in liberation. We are no more agitated, rightly said by our dragon. So I believe that with that,
There will be nothing like Biafra agitation. Everybody knows the Biafra struggle. There will nothing like Biafra. Everyone knows about that. I have a lot of things to say because of our time. I'm just trying to rush because of the time meeting we gave. I greet everybody once again. And everybody in the studio. Mazi to survival. My sister here. Greetings everybody. With us. We move. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mazi. Thank you. God bless you for calling. Mazi to survivor, please fire on. Fire your shot.
Yes,
Sorry, Akbakawa.
my beloved brother, just as you said, the new face of Biafra, just as the person who just called in now said, it's not something to be pretending about. Every one of us is supposed to be bold now to focus on the new face of Biafra. The new face of Biafra today is the Biafra Republic government in exile under our new Prime Minister, Master Simon Ekpa. Whether you like it or not, your jealousy can kill you, your envy can kill you, your pretense can kill you. It will not change anything. You cannot distract us. We are focused. And the focus of Biafra today is in restoration. We are no longer in agitation. And in that restoration, just like my sister has said, it needs finance. It needs finance for us to be able to achieve it. And we must be paying our own part, playing our own part. You don't just sit back and begin to complain. You don't just, some of them, you see them on WhatsApp group and some of their messages begin to ask, what are you doing? What do we do? What we do? What are we doing? Mazen Nandekano is there. Obedience is better than sacrifice. Have you been able to obey the words of Mazen Nandekano when he told you to listen to Mazen Simon Ekpa? Have you been able to play your own role when we talk about civil disobedience? I can bet you if Biafrans can be able to hold on civil disobedience the way it's supposed to be, if we can have 90% civil disobedience and lock it down, Mazen Nandekano cannot spend a second in the DSS. Now we are preparing for the oncoming civil disobedience. How prepared are you? Are you going to still to wait for us to come and beg you or to enforce it? And there you are. You say you want Mazen Nandekano to be free. Every instrument to free Mazen Nandekano have been put in place. Every one of us know that. Our Prime Minister have put in place every instrument to free Mazen Nandekano. They are in place. You, the Biafran that is watching us, you that is in Nigeria, you and anywhere you are as a Biafran, are you playing your own role? Some of the time you see people, they push everything to a Prime Minister. They push the Prime Minister. What do we do? What do we do? You're asking him. He has told you so many things to do. Number one, the civil disobedience. How have you performed in it? How have you performed in it? Now we are talking about the 2 weeks sit at home. How prepared are you? Are you going to wait until that day? When is that day now? You wait for us to come and enforce it or beg you. When it comes to fundraising, you wait for you to be called and begged. At the same time, you want to be Biafra. You want Mazen Nandekano to be free. The instrument to free Mazen Nandekano has been given to us, explained in a plain language that you can understand. Why are you not implementing them? The face of Biafra today, that every one of us know, undeniably, is the Biafran Republic government in exile. The diplomatic move is going on. Is going on. I can tell you, if Chukwu Okikabia open your eyes to see what is going on the ground, you will have every reason to wake up every morning and pray for our Prime Minister. He's not only working on the ground. Go to his page, follow him on Twitter. If you follow him on Twitter, information is coming every minute of the day. Follow our Prime Minister on Twitter. You will see information, details on what he's doing on daily basis, engagements. You saw one of them that our brother mentioned here, our brother Gaddafi mentioned here, which I forgot to mention, about the engagement he's going. There are so many other ones he has not mentioned. Follow him on Twitter daily. You will see that he is playing his own role. You and I, we the Biafrans now on the ground, what are we doing? That civil disobedience, remember when he lined up civil disobedience? He lined up a lot of things to do to free Mazen Nandekano. And I can bet you, had it been that we were able to key in all those things, Mazen Nandekano would be out all very long time. We talked about sit at home. We talked about making sure that our revenues are not given to the government. We talked about making sure that the resources in Biafra land are not taken. How many did you implement? How many? You were only waiting for ESN to come out and enforce it. But these are the things we can do by our own self. Civil disobedience. When Mazen Nandekano said, if you don't see me, burn down the zoo, what were you thinking? you were still reasoning like the Janjaweed. There are many ways to burn down the zoo. Many ways. Biafra is the only, let me tell you, the Biafran people, they are the only people that can burn down the zoo in seconds. We are the one holding the economy. When they tell you you're sitting at home in Biafra, it doesn't affect them, it affects them. That is why they are crying. They continue to cry. Even while we are doing our sit at home, you saw that we are not even having the percentage we desire, we want to have. But yet they are crying. They were crying. How I wish we can be able to have a total lockdown. There is only one video I used to see, the video I used to see from Aba. You see the video that comes to Aba every Monday. How I wish we can be getting such kind of videos and that kind of response from every state in Biafra land. And you think Mazen Nanika will still be there by now? I have said it many times. The Janjaweed, the freedom of Mazen Nanika is not in their hand. The freedom of Mazen Nanika is not in the hand of the court. The freedom of Mazen Nanika is not in the hand of the international community. The freedom of Mazen Nanika is in your hand, in my hand. What the Biafran people do is what will free Mazen Nanika. The earlier you begin to listen and obey the wants of the leader, the better for you. Mazen Nanika have given us template of what to do. He didn't stop there. He gave us somebody who is going to direct us and lead us. And he said, listen to him, obey his word, share his videos. And today, you see people preaching Mazen Nanika, and yet they don't obey Mazen Nanika.
Mazichus.
Thank you, my brother.
You know, like we have 20 minutes to round up due to our meeting and the cabinet, the other meeting and the election.
Yeah.
I want you to know that and speak about it. When we ask who is holding Mazen Nanika in dungeon, I'm asking Biafran people. Do you know that it is not Southeast governors? People will be shocked. Do you know that it's not zoo government? People also will be shocked for what I'm saying. Yeah, what is Gaddafi saying? Like many people are saying this now. It is not Southeast governors. It is not federal government of zoo, Nigeria. No. It is you and me who refuse to sit at home when they call you to sit at home. You are the one that is
100%. I agree with you.
When we shut down Lagos, Igbos in Lagos, Igbos in Abuja, Igbos all over Nigeria, shut it down.
I agree with you.
We will be released the following day. So when you say this is absolutely lies, it's not truth. I am me, and me is me. When you shut down the zoo, our leader will be released. So this blame game, all of us are involved. Hey, our leader, they will not say sit at home. A whole DOS. We tell you, do not sit at home. We disassociate ourselves. Then we say sit at home. The fallen angels will come and tell you who is Simon Ekpa to tell you to sit at home. When we say sit at home, Ohaneze Dibo will come and tell you who is that boy in Finland to tell you sit at home. Then you think that it's your governor that is holding your leader, and you call him your, and you think it is zoo government, you think it is the court, you think it is the police or DSS or whatever they call them that is holding your leader. Nigerian constitution said that you should not hold anybody in detention more than 24 hours. It is in our constitution. India, sorry to say our. India is because I'm not in Nigeria. It is in their constitution to say that you are not supposed to be in the detention more than 24 hours without charging you to court. And if they are charging you to court, you will be coming to court from your house. They give you bail. But they broke the law of Bible. They broke the law in Quran. They broke the law in their own political parties. They break the law of God. Every damn thing, their constitution, they break them down. And when you're my guy, you are telling lies. Tell yourself the truth. How many people have you spoken to observe the sit at home? The people in Ugwacha, the people in South. When me was in the Niger Delta, the sons of Niger Delta told me that their father, as Igboro, made a mistake, that their children has come to correct it. When we were talking about a rescue mission in Aferiku Ibeku, they said their father made a mistake. The children has come to correct their father's mistakes. So, and when they call sit at home, you sit where you are. You are not sitting at home. Are you correcting the mistakes of your father as Igboro, who fight alongside with the zoo when they promise him Niger Delta, whatever, Republic? Are still back to the history. During the war, as Igboro was in detention, they bring him to promise him Niger Delta Republic. If he fight alongside with them, they will give him a republic. He did. After that, they stick him. What about the King Saro-Wiwa? After sabotaging Ojukwu, at the end of the day, they still kill him. Until today, you are still. Do you know that the executioner, that there's something that is not even good for us to talk about in public, but we have to say it because it is in record. Do you know Dave Omahe, senior brother, was a military general? Go and read and study the history of execution of King Saro-Wiwa. It was Dave Omahe's senior brother. That you can see that this sabotage has been in their family for a very long time. The Dave Omahe's senior brother, who is a whether SAC or retired army general, was the one Abacha used in killing Saro-Wiwa. If they want to kill your people, they use them. They use us to kill us, to divide us. Dave Omahe family has been a willing tools in the hands of Janjaweed. Go and read your history. Go and study. So these are things we've been going through. Then they ask you who is holding Mazin Adikana. He says he's Southeast governor. He's Janjaweed. It's a lie. They are not the one holding him. It's you. The Biafran and lock up 2 weeks. They will call you, call, let us discuss. What do you want? Mazi, to survivor, for us to go and prepare for the incoming meeting. We're supposed to go to today. Remember, today is Thursday, 27. Time will soon fast approach. Please make your submission where we go to Ada Biafra, to Akbarawa. Akbarawa, in case you are cooking your dog, please get close to your mic because we want to do our submission. So, Mazichu Survivor, I want you to talk to Biafra. Remember, our topic is the time. And it seems we are going to host the time when we have more chance, either in your platform or still in my platform or Sonny or Obi Biafra. We need to tell the Biafran people, educate them, do well in this education, timing and season. We need to let them know the time, the season where we are today, what you expected of. What do I expect you to do in this time? To be a follower, to follow your leader, the prime minister. Like as you mentioned, there have been a lot of prime ministers. Do you know that Mazi, the prime minister of Biafra, currently blocked a lot of them? Do you know why? He blocked them. When we talk about sit at home, when we talk about no election, they go opposite side. And they call themselves Biafra agitator. Do you know Simon Ekpa? That a man that I've seen consistency, and he is glued to his vision. And the Biafra can testify to it that I'm so close. I've been so close to him, and I'm still close to him. Like when Nelio Febu was accusing him, I told Nelio Febu, Simon, I know, can never do all these things you are saying. Because me, I have tested Simon even before we come close. That's what I do. When Ifeanyi Uba was calling him capital lawyer before number election, the guy improved me beyond reasonable doubt. Gaddafi told him, You have Mazi Simon's phone number. Confirm what I'm saying. I told him, say, Mazi, can't you answer these guys and know what they want to say? He said, no way. I spoke with my mind that I will never answer to any politician. I would stood on it. So when Nelly was accusing him, I told Nelly, Simon, I know, cannot do it. Until tomorrow, Simon, I know, cannot do it. Go up, come down. I know him. That's why I follow him. Like when all these people think tank a useless group lured me into their group. Come on, you know why? Because you yourself, you know me in the media team. I am smoke. I enter the eyes of every king. Me and you are in the same media team. Sonny is here. You guys can say whether it's true or false. I don't look at your face. I will tell you my mind. Take it or you leave it. But I have said my mind. And I stand on what is right and truth. So Simon is the character, is this time. Simon is the season. I want to test our next program. Who is the time and who is the season which we are in? Simon is the time, Simon is the season. So fire your shot to Survivor while we pass the battle to other members of the panel.
Thank you so much, my beloved brother. Thank you so much. All the Biafrans that have been watching us from the beginning of this program up to this minute. I appreciate every one of you, and I thank you for spending your time with us. And as you have given us your time, please go back home and meditate on this very topic, the time that we're in. We have given you the clue of the time that we're in. I have said it in the beginning that the time that we're in, it is not time for agitating, it is time for restoration. And in that time for restoration, it needs commitment, it needs discussion, it needs engagement. You as a Biafran that is out there watching, you have a role to play. Your own role is to make sure you are obedient to every instruction that is coming. I can tell you that obedient to Mazi Simon Ekpa is automatically an obedient to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because Mazi Simon Ekpa is the person holding the legacy of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu intact. I have said it in some of my programs that everything that Mazi Simon Ekpa is doing today are the foundations led by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He's only building on that foundation and expanding the foundation for us to see it clearly. There is nothing new that he's doing today that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have not spoken about. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told us that it's going to happen. And he capped it up when he thought about the new dimension. Today, the new dimension is before you. Some people are scared of it. Some people are jealous of it. Some people don't want to hear about it. But you, that you know that you are the follower of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and you want freedom, you must have to embrace the new dimension. Just as my brother have said, the new face of Biafra is Mazi Simon Ekpa, spelled out. He's Mazi Simon Ekpa. Listen to his word. Today, the people that are piloting the restoration of Biafra, clearly they can see something that even the zoo are confessing already in their media. They are already confessing that we have left the agitation stage. The media is confessing it in the zoo. But it is so sad that even people who claim to be agitators don't know that we have gone to a different stage. The zoo know that we have gone to a different stage. But you now that claim that you want to Biafra, you are agitating. You don't know that the agitation have left that very stage. We are restoration. The zoo have confessed it. That is why sometimes I watch their news. I listen to the news, not because I love what they're saying, but you can get a point there. You can know where they're going and you know what to say. They have said it on their own media. That we have left the age of gossiping and talking unnecessarily. The age of miscreant have gone. We are in the era where you make discussions. That is where we are.
The new era.
And please, every Biafran, pay attention to this time that we are in, the time of restoration. Pay your own dues. Engage in the civil disobedient. Put all your strength to it. Just as my brother Gaddafi said, I am standing 100% with him. The freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in our hand. If we can be able to implement the civil disobedience effectively, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be out. You don't need to cry about it. He will be out. So we must have to begin to look to the right direction. And I pray that Chukwu Okike Abiama will strengthen every one of us to continue to look to the right direction and succeed. I appreciate my beloved brothers who are on this stage, and I appreciate my sister Obi that is here with us. And I pray that Chukwu Okike Abiama will continue to strengthen all of us until we get to freedom. get to Biafra in 2023. Thank you so much, my brother.
Yeah, thank you. And I want to tell you, Biafran people, because these days there is we are entering a series of teachings, the series of informations, and also, if you have any information useful for us, feel free to let us know. The number is on the screen. You know, we are policing the Biafra land, the Biafran citizens. We make sure they are law-abiding citizens. Anywhere you are in the world, both homeland and abroad. So above all, if you are watching from True Survivor channel, Mazak Brawa channel, or Biafra, remember this is Gaddafi of Biafra, Gaddafi of Biafra TV. Subscribe, because every day we will come. We will come because there is the informations we could get across to you. There are series we are going to undertake to make sure you understand the era we are, the era we are, and what we are doing now. We'll be informing you from time to time. Please subscribe and like the channel, activate the bell icon, so that whenever we shoot out, you will know and you will hear. My sister Obi, please take over the mic and speak to Biafran people. We're talking about the new phase of this agitation, the new phase of Biafran freedom, and the timing and the time and season where we are today. So my sister, please fire your shot.
Okay, thank you again once more for listening and joining us anywhere, especially people from Biafra land. My conclusion is that we built Nigeria. We were once Nigeria. We did everything to make sure that that country stand, but it failed. So now, what are we going to do? Everybody must join hand now. Together we end Nigeria and save lives. We must join hands now to make Biafra work. You must not wait for anybody to force you or tell you you must sit at home. That must not be there. If you really want freedom, if you really want Biafra to come, if you really love our leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, if you love our prime minister and what we are doing, if you love freedom, if you love Akbarawa Sani, Gaddafi, our brother, Truth survivor. Sorry, darling. If you love what they are doing, please make sure you do the right thing. We have done everything to make Nigeria work. In fact, because you are hearing about Nigeria all over the world is because of Biafrans. We made it happen. Both our oil, both our resources, every damn thing you see in Nigeria today, let me say 60% of the buildings, the skyscrapers, the things that made Nigeria to be like, wow, is from Biafran people. We made it happen. All over Abuja, Lagos, anywhere, Biafrans are builders. We make it happen. We are developers. We are resourceful. We are industrious. We are creative. We are intelligent. We are blessed people. From land, from head to toe, everything, even our mineral resources. But guess what? In all, what do you get in return? The killing of our people, the raping of our women, the jihadist terrorists killing our brothers and sisters, and in all, our businesses, our farmland, our ancestral land is being taken over by the Fulani, by the ISWAP, by the Taliban in Nigeria. And we are keeping quiet. I want to tell you that this is the time to take back what belongs to you, so that your lives will be safe and your children unborn will enjoy. I love you all. This is the face of Ada Biafra. My backup page remains Obiageliako Biafra. Yagazieno. Make sure you subscribe.
Thank you. Mazi Sonny Akbarawa, I know you must be busy for other things in other room. So Mazi Sonny, are you close with your mic?
I think Sonny is at work.
Yeah. In closing, maybe Choose Survivor, please run it for Sonny on behalf of Sonny. Just use a few minutes and run it so that we'll sign out for the other job.
Okay, my beloved brother, on behalf of my comrade Sonny Akbarawa, I thank every Biafran on his behalf also. As you all know, he's one of the people who is always present. Sometimes I begin to imagine how he manages to combine everything at the same time. He's one of the people we need to be praying for. It's not easy. It's not easy being everywhere at all time, even when he's busy at all. You wouldn't even know when he's at work and when he's not at work. He needs our prayer also. So we appreciate him. He's doing a very marvelous work, and I pray that Chukwu Okike will continue to strengthen him, continue to give him more strength and energy. And I can bet you that the reason why he's doing what he's doing is because he knows that the battle is his. He's not doing it for anybody. As soon as you realize that the struggle is for you and your unborn children, you will do greater things. You will not look at somebody, whether somebody is doing it or not. But when you are doing it as if you are doing it for me, you are doing it for our sister Obi, or you are doing it for Gaddafi, or you are doing it for Mazi Simon Ekpa, or you are doing it for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, you will not be strong in it. Within the next small temptation, you are gone. But as soon as you take this Biafran struggle as your own personal business, you will be there at all time. And I pray that Chukwu Okike Abiama will give all of us that strength to continue to move on until we walk into Biafra in 2023. Thank you so much, my beloved brothers. See you again next time.
Thank you. Thank you. The D-Day, the hour has come. When we are folding up, like I said, now, please make sure you subscribe to this channel because we're coming every day we'll come. Even if I'm at work, even if it's 20 minutes, I will come. Even if it's 10 minutes, I will come. Some people say I don't come to to broadcast regularly. But let me tell you, like as I'm talking to you now, this is the time here in South Korea is 2 a.m. on the dot. 2 a.m. 2 a.m. You see? This is 2 a.m., which is 6 p.m. Biafran time. You see the time difference is too much. Different from the people in Europe. So anytime you see me sit down like this, I have to offer my sleep. And remember, tomorrow is work. So that is it. So if you didn't see me regular, but from this time, even if I'm at work, even if I wear my working clothes, you will see me online. Okay? Because we have a lot to teach you. God bless you. I thank Choose Survivor so much for becoming at a short invitation. The most one at that Biafra, who I just give short invitation less than 10 minutes, she appeared. Akbaza, one of Biafra. And also Sonny Akbarawa. Yeah. At the shortest notice, she appeared. You can see the distance all the way from Chicago and travel to South Korea. Is it easy? It isn't easy. So my sweet Ada Biafra, God bless you for coming. And remember, anything we do, we are doing it for Biafran people. Anything we do. Mazi Choose Survivor, you've been attended some meetings that you see that the international community doesn't even know most of the thing we are going through. They don't know.
That's right.
It is our duty. It is our duty to let them know what we are going through for doing what we know how to do and what we're learning how to do. We are not perfect, but at least the little we do. Please encourage us by subscribing. Hit the subscription button and join us. Activate the bell icon whenever we show. And let me tell you, YouTube are shutting down our stations, our channels. Please, if you are watching from Sonny Akbarawa TV, subscribe to my own, to Gaddafi of Biafra TV, in case if they shut Sonny down, the people on this platform will also return back to him any new platform is going to build. If you are watching on Choose Survivors TV, subscribe to this channel. If you are watching from this channel as well, do the same to their side. Let us hook like a chain, so that if anyone goes down, we activate it again from there. All of us can't go down at the same time, but we'll keep on moving. Thank you so much for coming. God bless you, and I salute your courage. Please, anything you did not hear from our spokesperson, the Prime Minister of Biafra, don't take it. And we are working with him. Anything you hear from us is the truth. So God bless you as we round up. Thank you.
Thank you.
You must go and listen to Simon Ekpa, who is doing a very fantastic job. Very great job that Simon Ekpa is doing. Very, very, absolutely fantastic job that he's doing. You must listen to him and share his videos accordingly. Very, very important. He is bringing a new dimension to this very awareness that we are making, and you must listen to him. Very, very important.
IPOB, one family. Biafrans all over the world. If we want safety and security for our people, then let's continue to support Eastern Security Network. All donations are welcome. No contribution is too small or too large. Do your part, knowing that freedom is in our hands, and together we must all rise to the occasion. Go to our website to make your contribution, www.ipobinUSA.org/donate. And remember that freedom is not free, but together we restore it. Farm by farm, forest by forest, house by house, and street by street.
Stand this very evening. We are facing a very formidable array of enemies, both external and within. And we are going to overcome each and every one of these obstacles. That I can assure you, that they may know that the God we worship is an invisible God, not a God that was wrought by the hands of men. For we do not worship idol, and we can never ever worship idol. Is impossible. This very family, this IPOB, belongs to the Most High. And that is how it's going to be until Biafra comes and beyond, to eternity. This evening, I want to place it on record that our enemies are intensifying their attack against us from every corner. I am not saying this as lamentation or complaint. I am only trying to prepare our people for what is to come. You are being prepared for what is to come. The time has come to separate the chaff from the wheat itself. Our march is very, very near. The enemies are trembling, they are quaking, they are doing all they can to try to stop us. But they have failed very woefully, and they will continue to fail. But I want to tell you that we are getting attacks from everywhere all over the world. And very soon, they will buy over some of you. They will buy some of you over. The spirit of Oba Biasika and Ifajuna are still in some of you. When the time comes, they will buy you over. I am not doing this program tonight to ask all of you to be strong. I am doing it to remind you, not that if they succeed in buying you over, you're not going to stop what we are doing. You can't. You cannot. Not in a trillion years. But I need you to appreciate one very simple fact. That at the end of this very race, everybody will testify that indeed Chukwukika Abiyama, the same God of Israel, of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the same God of Ehiri in Aguleri, the same God of Umweri, the same God of Ora Eri, the same God of Owe Eri, the same God of Arochukwu. Not to be known by the true God, one true God. You will know that indeed, not only is he omnipotent, that same God is the owner of this very agitation. No human being can stop it. We have enemies, and we need to be very, very careful, both within and without. Very, very careful. The next 2 weeks will be very pivotal. Next 2 weeks will be very, very important in the life, or should I say, in this very mission that we have embarked upon. The devil will do everything. And you are going to watch spectacularly how we are going to destroy and shame the enemy. That at the end, every glory and adoration will belong to God and not to man. Now let us go and tell you what is happening that some of you do not understand. I want those of you who are hardcore, those who were chosen before you were born. There were some people who were chosen before they were born to agitate for Biafra restoration. This is a message for you. Those who from their mother's womb they were born to do this very work. You must be very, very strong. Because Biafra will open the eyes of black people all over the world. Because Biafra will mean that blacks from America, blacks from the Caribbean, from Southern America, they will all flood into Africa. It will be like the time that Yeshua was born. Biafra is like a light, a beacon. They will follow it. They will say, let us go and see what is happening there. That is what these no-colonialists do not want. They don't want Biafra to come. I am telling our people so they understand. The mountains, I didn't say one mountain, the mountains in front of us that we need to overcome. And for us to overcome it, we need to be very strong mentally, mental strength. Just like when you're doing anything in life, and it appears as if you are being buffeted from everywhere. That is the time that you no longer rely on willpower or your muscles. You go to your brain to endure and to persevere and to keep going until you overcome. That is the stage we are in right now. To make sure that our brain is in gear to confront everything the Janjaweed has to throw at us. We don't have money. Their budget is over $20 billion to fight us. They can bribe Facebook. They can buy them off. They can do anything they like. They can come to some of you and bribe you off. They can promise you what you've never had before. They can give you maybe a house in Dubai. They can promise you a vehicle. They can tell you, oh, we'll make you vice president. They can promise you anything to make sure that you're like them. But this very IPOB, this very hardcore is not going to move. And I will tell you why we can't move.